What's up, bitches? What's up, bitch ass, punk ass motherfuckers? What's going on? Call-ins. All call-ins are mandatory. What's up? What's up? What's up? See Jizzles. Fight spots. Feet spots talk. Fight spot sports talk. Fight sports talk. Yeah, I'm talking to Fight Sports Talk. Shit. Marco, I promise I'm not a portster. I'm just saying, I think Errol Spence is whack, but I'm not steering the port. I promise that, Marco. How's that? What you think, Ian? Do I sound Australian? New Zealand? Whatever? Talking to you, punk ass motherfucker. CJ Reach. Marco Bundy had to tend to his wife and kids first. Respectfully. Marco Bundy? Either you're calling me the psychopath killer Ted Bundy, or you're calling me the balding married with children Al Bundy. Both are insults. Fight Sports Talk owes us Americans an impression. That's my main Fight Sports Talk. Feet Sports Talk. Or whatever. What's cracking, people? Why is nobody up in there? Let me guess. Johnny's live? This is why I don't like these lives. I love doing the lives with you guys, but I'm starting to get a little annoyed by them because, not enough people. Right, Yayan? Eon. Yo, Eon. Johnny is having a Women's Wednesday. Women's Wednesday. Johnny is having a Women's Wednesday. Is that good? Is that good? What you think?
I don't know if I sound like that, but yeah, it was a good impression.
Well, thank you. All right, I'm trying. I'm gonna get it down. If I talk to you enough, I'm gonna get it down. It's gonna take some work.
Well,
I could do
I don't even. The thing is, I honestly don't even notice my accent. So, are we listing who we think are the top 10 best pound for pound fighters?
Yeah, that's the topic. I'm into that.
Well, I think it's a fairly clear top 5. After that, I think that's where it gets debatable. But I think the top 5 are, depending on where you put Canelo and Bivol, I think it's pretty easy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
I'd go Usyk, Inoue, Crawford, Bivol, and then Canelo, Bam Bam. And I'll have to think about the last 4, but that's my top 6.
Crawford, Inoue, David Benavidez, Bam, Usyk, not in order. Canelo, Shakur, fuck. What else we got here? Bivol. Who am I missing? I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Better be.
I don't know, man.
Maybe. It's 1-1. It's 1-1.
Yeah, but he kind of lost both.
I don't know. I thought he won the first fight.
Also,
he lost second.
Well, maybe better be, but who else can we put in? I got 2 more that I'm.
Opataya.
Opataya ain't beat nobody yet, though. He got to beat Cerdo. He got to beat some people.
I guess better be should be in there, and then we got 1 more.
Really, Devin Haney? Really? You put Devin Haney there?
Nah,
you get his wins.
Nah, I ain't put no damn.
He's undefeated. He's beating he's beating Loma. He got a good win over there with Loma.
That was an arguable loss.
Also,
Yeah, but he got the win.
got-
You got to look at the results. It was arguable, but he got the win. It was a split decision.
Nah, man, I don't look at it that way. It's all subjective. It's all subjective. I don't look at a dude who I think might have lost, even though he won on paper. I thought he might have lost that fight.
I forgot to mention Janibek, the forgotten dominant champion.
What's his best win, though, Janibek? What's his best win?
The thing is, Janibek keeps getting ducked, so that's why he doesn't have like the most stacked resume ever. But really, he should definitely be top 7.
Koki.
Yeah, he got to get a win. He got to get a signature win. He ain't beat nobody of note. I don't know one big win he got. He's a good fighter. I know he's been ducked, but he just don't have a signature win.
That's a fact.
Well, that's because Andrade and Charlo both ducked him.
Charlo ducked him? When did Charlo? You talking about Jamal? Jamel Charlo? You talking about Jamal ducked him?
Yeah, Jamal. The fight was never on the table, but Jamal was able to hold on to that belt while holding it hostage. So that's what I mean.
CJ, aren't you like in a relationship, you dirty, horny bastard? What are you doing here? Trying to scare off the only woman in our chat. This fucking guy. Yeah, I don't know. Charlo, maybe. Big Charlo, right? He's undefeated. But he's been so inactive.
Yeah, he's been inactive. That's what kind of hurt him. What is his big win? He beat
fucked up.
Was it Devchenko? Devchenko and J Rock, probably his 2 biggest wins.
Yeah.
He don't have a lot of big wins either.
He's been irrelevant for years, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Ain't no New Zealanders in the fucking top 10, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you can put Shakur. We got about Shakur. Shakur got some good wins.
I put Shakur in. Go ahead, Jay.
I was just going to say that was kind of uncalled for. I wasn't mocking Americans. I mean, well, Marco, do you want me to tell you how David Benavidez and Roy Jones are the most overrated fighters ever? Never beat anybody good. Of course, I'm joking.
Interesting. So you think that my love for Roy Jones is equal to my love for David Benavidez? They're not even close to one another. I do love David Benavidez. You're right, but the adulation I have for Roy touches nobody current, not even close.
Yeah. Roy Jones is the worst goat in the history of the sport.
Okay. Jesus. Wow. You low blows, huh? Okay, cool.
Roy got a good win. He beat James Toney.
Nah, I'm joking.
He's fucking.
No, sorry, I was just.
Oh, okay.
And actually, if Parker would beat Usyk, that could be an argument for a New Zealander to be in the top 10, right? If Parker beats Usyk, he has to be in there.
Oh yeah.
Right? If they fight.
Oh yeah. If he wins, yeah, definitely. But the fight's not even official yet.
Do you know that? I believe he's New Zealand. That heavyweight, Tiramisu, whatever his name is.
Who?
Is he Australian?
Jamalala, what his name with a J?
No,
it's the big tall guy.
Justice Hooney?
No, it's a double name, like not Tiramisu, but
yeah. I seen him. He was on the undercard. He was on some undercard.
Yeah, he was on the undercard ago. I seen him.
Isn't he? Yeah, the Hitchens Cambosos. Yeah, he looked. The guy I don't know about the guy he fought, but he looked good.
Jay, isn't he from New Zealand? I would assume you would know.
What's his name?
His first name and his last name are the same. He's a New Zealand dude. He has long hair. He looks like Samoan descent. 6'4", big heavyweight. Terramona. Is that Australian? If you don't know him, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Okay, it's an Australian boxing. Yeah, I don't know him, but sorry, I don't have a mind.
Okay, no, it's okay.
Yeah, I think you're right, Marco. He's a Samoan. Didn't he do a dance after he won? He did that little dance. There was a Samoan dance. I think he did after he won.
I was at the weigh-in, live, and he started after he weighed in. He started doing that same dance and yelling some shit, whatever the languages they speak, like the native, Samoan language. Yeah. And apparently,
he got a unique style.
Yeah, apparently he's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fucked up this dude that was growling and barking. The dude was talking so much shit, had this big chip on his shoulder, almost had me believing like, he looked like mad thugged out and get like mad hardcore. Like he grew up in some shit, like maybe even was in prison, like he didn't get. And then he takes off his shirt and he's fat as fuck. And then he fights and he's just not very good. It's just, just goes to show you that all this hardcore, like I learned this shit growing up in the streets in New York City, right? Like the dudes who talk the most shit and fucking they always got to curl their lip up. What's up, yo? The dudes who do all that, yeah, you never met nobody like me. All that shit, they're usually the weakest fighters. I've learned that from experience.
Yeah.
And it's too bad. The dude kind of had me. I'm like, yo, this guy looks like he was growling and barking like DMX in the weigh-in.
Yeah, we seen it in the Berlanga fight. Berlanga Shiraz say it was the loudest cans. Something make the
you know. He was making us New Yorkers look bad because not only did he do that, but he was being mad ignorant. Like, yeah, suck my dick. Oh, F you. You know, and it's just like, okay, maybe like Muhammad Ali talked shit, but he was charismatic and original. Just saying suck my dick and grabbing your nutsack isn't like, come on. You got to do better than that.
Yeah, I think he said the empty cans make the loudest noise. That's what Shiraz said.
Who said that? Shiraz?
Shiraz, yeah.
I like that.
The empty cans make the loudest noise.
I mean,
he backed it up.
Prison, I assume, I've never been to prison, but I assume it toughens you up a little bit, Quinn. I mean, I would assume. That's a tough place to be.
Yep.
That's where Bernard Hopkins learned all of his toughness because he started to box in prison.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, he did. I mean, yeah, I've like, I was never the kind of dude who talked a lot of shit. Like, you know, and I was never the kind of guy who, like, you remember back in the day, I don't know how old, Jay, how old are you? I mean, you're probably in your 30s would be my guess.
Early 30s.
Yeah, that's what I thought you sounded that way. Now, JB, you're probably older, right?
Yeah, I'm 48.
Okay, you're my age, exactly. So
yeah,
when we were coming, you remember the shit that people used to do? I mean, you're from the South, but I'm assuming they did. Wait, you're from the South, or are you from DC? I forget.
Yeah, I'm from the South, from Houston.
Houston, that's what I thought. Okay, you remember coming up? I'm assuming they did this where dudes would be like, "What you gonna do? What you gonna do?" And they would just go like face to face, but not do anything. Do you remember that shit back in the day?
Yeah, they get each other face and get each other.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna do? They would just say not. So like that shit, I never did that. Like if we're gonna get in each other's space, I'm gonna have to, you know what I mean? Because I've seen too much bad shit happen. So I was never one of those kind of guys. But those are the kind of guys that talk a lot but don't really want to fight. You know?
Yep. Yeah, they got a lot of guys do it.
I was in Houston a couple years ago. Stayed at this I stayed right in the Galleria area.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's not too far. About 15 minutes from the Galleria.
You know what's freaked me out? You know what surprised me the most about Houston in a real positive, in a good way? It was mad like mixed. Like I thought, I'm telling you, New Yorkers, we think of Houston, we think of all just fucking redneck white people. And you guys had everything. Indian, like all Asian, fucking everything. It was dope.
Yeah, it's a melting pot, Houston. They got people from everywhere. It's a melting pot. All different nationalities. Yeah, you got a little bit of everything here. It's a melting pot, you know.
I'm sure if you drive out certain areas, it's more segregated, right? Maybe more white people. But in where I was, that shit was complete melting pot.
Yeah. Like say that Galleria area, that's a little bit of everybody. It's more international. You got black, white, Spanish, Asian. You got people from every ethnicity. So
I'm telling you, man, I could fuck with Houston. I really could. I like the people, the weather. It's not so annoying and woke. I just can't fuck with all you guys with these open carries, all these fucking guns. Like I'm not with that, but everything else I'm good with.
Yeah, it's an open carry state though. That's why every time you turn on the news, somebody got shot and murdered. It's crazy. It's crazy down here.
You guys have that rule, right? Like if I feel like you're threatening my life, I could kill you and I won't get in trouble, right?
Yeah, you got that stand your ground law here. It's open carry, stand your ground. Feel like threat, you can prove it. You get you won't go to jail.
Yeah, nah, that's so subjective. Fuck that. I'm not into that. But
yeah, that's why you don't want to get good. You go on about your business, don't want to get to it with nobody. Just move on, man.
Right.
Just get to your own business. You know.
Yahin, what up, blood? Why you so quiet, man? He's probably working. Yeah, the Australian guy bounced. What were we just talking about before that?
I was going to top 10, pound for pound.
Right. Oh, we're talking about right, the Samoan dude and the dudes who all bark, no bite. Yeah, Berlanga definitely. I don't know. Like I should support him because he's a New Yorker, right? But it was just kind of, I don't know. Like, did it look stupid? Like you being from like the South, like from Houston, you see the way he acts. Does that shit look like corny to you, or does it look like, oh, that's a New Yorker? Like, what do you think of it?
Yeah, that's what he talks like a New Yorker. He talks a lot of trash. Those New Yorkers, man, they do a lot of talking and stuff like that. And the thing about it is you got to back it up. But he do a good job of selling the fight. I give Nick because the trash talk between him and Shiraz, the face to face that they did, it was good, man. So it had people excited to watch that fight. I was actually that was really a fight that I was looking more forward to than the Shakur Zapata fight. Not that I thought they was better fighters than Shakur, it was just the trash talking and I thought it was a 50-50 fight, and the style matchup I thought was going to lead to a good fight, and it did. It was exciting all the way up to the knockout.
Yeah, man. I mean, Shiraz is something to be careful about. You know what I mean? I'm excited.
He's in line. If Canelo beats Crawford, he's gonna be the next. He's gonna fight Canelo. I think in February 2026. That's the fight that Turkey want to do if Canelo wins. He wants to make that fight in February.
Who you got winning that fight?
I got Crawford winning the fight. I just think Crawford. I think Canelo's style is tailor made for Crawford. I think he's gonna piece him up.
Now, when Spence fought Crawford, who'd you have at the time?
That was a 50-50 fight I gave Crawford a slight edge, but I didn't really have no strong conviction. I really thought that was a true 50-50 fight. I leaned toward Crawford, but it wasn't no strong conviction. It wasn't like, I wouldn't put no money on it. But he dominated.
What I like about you, right? Because you would think you would lean towards your southern brother, right? Texas brother, but you didn't give a shit. I like that.
Yeah, I just looked at the style matchup, I was like, man, Crawford's just a great fighter, man.
And I'm like you. JB, I was like you. I was leaning Crawford, but I don't think anybody expected what happened to happen. But I was leaning Crawford too.
Yeah. It was one of the ones that was hard to call. You can see it going into the fight. I could see a scenario where Spence would win the fight, and I could see a scenario where Crawford's gonna win the fight. But I just thought Crawford was just a little bit with his counter punching and his straight shots, and one thing about Spence going to time, he kind of throws a lot of wide shots too, and I thought Crawford would be able to take advantage of that with them short, accurate shots. But I didn't think he was going to do them like that. He just, after round one, it was a one-way traffic. He dominated Spence.
Solidus, what's up? Yeah, man, he did. I remember when he dropped him with that jab, I was like, damn, that's not a good start.
Yeah, what up?
What up, Solidus? What's cracking?
Nah, but I saw you was going live, so I thought I'd chime in. You talking about Crawford and Canelo?
We are now. I mean, you know how it is. We freestyle, but yeah, that's where we're at now, man. He has JB has Crawford winning. Who you got winning?
No, I think Canelo. I just think the weight. I think it's just too much. I just feel like Crawford's making a mistake. I understand it's different because Crawford's kind of big, pause like Canelo, but it's like just going up to 168. You never fought there before, and fighting a guy like Canelo who's kind of mastered 168. I would be very shocked if he were somehow able to beat Canelo given those circumstances.
So I've been flip-flopping like a freshly caught trout. I first was leaning towards Canelo because you're like, come on, the size. You can't. This dude is a welterweight. I don't care what anybody says. His last fight, he was 37 years old. He was a fucking welterweight. So, but then, as you guys know the story, I meet both of them. I hang out with them at the Ring Magazine, recording. And I see them, and I'm like, wow, Crawford's taller and wider. Then it fucks my head up. I'm like, okay, 50-50. But then I start thinking, okay, Crawford probably spars bigger guys. He's probably done that his whole career. I know I did. But he still never had professional experience with anybody over welterweight, except that one matchball fight. So that must mean something. Right? Doesn't it mean something like, yeah, he sparred him, but he never actually fought one of them? Doesn't that mean something?
Especially somebody on Canelo's level, it's probably a little bit different. But
right.
I just think, that's what would be the reason why you would pick Canelo. He's just naturally bigger guy. If his skill level is somewhere close to Crawford, he would have the advantage. But I just like Crawford, man. He just got a high boxing IQ. I think he'll figure it out. I think he's gonna be in the pocket with Canelo, but he's not gonna be doing all that running like Jamel was doing. I think he's gonna be in the pocket.
I think Crawford.
Marco's, hold on, let me read this. Sorry, guys. Shout out to Marco's Black Friendly channel. Thank you. Unfortunately, look, it's not. Boxing is we're the minority. Us white people in boxing, not only in as fighters, but as viewers, are the minority. So it is what it is. But we're all a brotherhood here. Like, we all come together and talk boxing. We don't give a fuck what color we are. But thank you, Joaquin and Brown Friendly. Joaquin, you're very fucking confused. Like, you got a kind of a black first name, but you got a Hispanic last name. You're mad miscellaneous. Like, what are you? But thank you. Anyway, go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah, I think Crawford is the more talented boxer. He's more skilled. I'm just not sure he's going to be able to just beat him at 68. I don't know. I would like for him to win though. I think it'd be great.
This
But
is like,
I do agree with what he's saying. Like Crawford he has a better more tools in the box than Canelo does. I do agree with that.
I know, man. Oh, you're a dark Mexican? All right. I'm so curious to see what happens because it's going to happen when they go toe to toe. Like, will Crawford be able to take those shots? Will he be able to pick them off? Will he hurt Canelo? Will he make Canelo take a step back with his shots? Like, that to me is the most exciting part when I think about the fight. Like, when they step in that phone booth, what happens?
Yeah, if he can't deal with that power, yeah, it's going to be a early night. If he can deal with that power, if he can fight through that power, like how Bivol did, if he can do that, then I could see him outboxing Canelo. But that's a big if.
But you know what, man? Bivol never stood in front of him and just started banging. Bivol was like, "Prap,"
He
and
was
out.
smart.
Yeah.
He was smart. Yeah.
Crawford, I think, will.
Yeah. If he
Crawford,
can't deal with that power, it's a bad tactic.
what's up, Mo? Oh, next bag footage. Oh, what happened? You got some bag footage, Mo? Let's see it. You know what I did today, guys? I did 10 rounds in the pool. You guys ever do this? Just shadow boxing underwater in the pool. But when I mean shadow boxing, like I'm going hard. I'm throwing hard shots. I'm really, first round or two, maybe I go a little light to warm up, but then the rest of it is like I'm throwing like as hard as I can under the water. That shit's a very good workout, man. It's weird because you don't sweat because you're wet, so like you don't feel the sweat. But that's what I did today. I was went to the pool with my kids, and I was like, I didn't get my workout in. I'm like, fuck it, let me do this. Turned on my cell phone timer. I got any of you guys who work out, you can get those timers at 3 minutes, 1 minute rest, whatever. I do 30-second rest, but I
know what those is. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit.
That underwater training, what that helps you with your stamina as far as your you can go at a high level for more rounds, or what does it help you with?
It doesn't really, to me, it doesn't do anything different. It's just the only option I had because I didn't get my workout out at home. So I was at the pool. I'm like, let me get it. It provides a good workout. I'll say that. Like I feel almost as tired as if I was to just do a normal workout after, right? Because you're throwing mad punches, you're getting that resistance from the water. So I guess it's like maybe throwing with like 3-pound weights on your hands, I guess, for like the whole 10 rounds.
Yeah.
I guess, because everybody knows that when you throw punches underwater, it's giving you some resistance. But I pushed myself. Like I knew that I had to step up the workout because I'm not on a bag, so I would throw constant punches. Like I always tell you guys who work out, especially if you're doing it underwater, where it's less of a workout than if you're hitting a bag or whatever. Throw constant punches. Like at the end of every round, the last 10 seconds, I would throw nonstop, super fast, hard punches under the water. To really like push myself. But yeah, Ali and Marciano, I believe, Rocky Marciano, both used to punch in a pool. I don't know,
I seen the Ali one. Yeah, that's when he was young too. He was up underwater doing that. I seen that picture. Yeah, it's a classic, iconic picture.
Yeah. What up, Mikhail? Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Marciano made it a part of his training regimen. Let me see. I'm gonna Google. I'm gonna chat GPT. It's 2 box underwater. Did Rocky Marciano shadow box underwater? I'm pretty sure he did. Let's see. What's it say? It says Rocky Marciano. Yes, he widely reported to include underwater shadow boxing in his training. According to, he would jump in a swimming pool up to his shoulders. That's what I did exactly. And punch for 45 minutes as a part of his cross-training routine. Damn. This method added resistance and built shoulder, arm, and core endurance. All right. There we go. Constant punches. Wow, that's all the shit that I'm doing. So 45 minutes would be, let's see. Divide that by 3. That's 15 fucking rounds straight. He would shadow box. I did 10. He would do 15 rounds straight. I would break though. I was taking my 30 seconds off in between. Damn.
Hey, how do you think a fight would go between Sebastian Fundora versus Virgil Ortiz Jr.? How you think that fight would go?
Woo! Fire. You are spitting hot fire. I don't know, man. What do you think? I don't know. 50-50.
I can see that being 50-50, but to be honest, I kind of like Fundora in that.
¿Por qué? Why?
Yeah, he's been more active too. So yeah.
Why Fundora? Because of the
I think
size?
Fundora has. I think he has the fundamentals to deal with Ortiz. Ortiz is a strong puncher. He can walk you down. He probably gonna work the body, but I just think Fundora has the fundamentals to get around that and clip him. So I slightly lean towards Fundora.
You know what the
But
problem is, though, fellas? Fundora
yeah,
is a bit of a crack addict. He's a crack addict to inside fighting, even though he shouldn't. He's like Pookie. Sometimes it just be calling me. So I feel like if Virgil jumps in that phone booth, he might just go back to his old ways and that'll be a problem against Virgil.
if he can deal with that, then I'm leaning towards Fundora. If they actually fight though, just to tell you off top, if they actually do fight, I'm gonna root for Fundora in that one.
Ain't Virgil number one in the WBC? Ain't he number one? I think he's number one if I'm not mistaken. Now, well, yeah, I think he's number one.
You guys know I don't really pay attention to that shit because that's all politics bullshit.
Yeah, I think Virgil is the interim. I think he's a WBC interim champion. When he beat Majorov, I think he won the interim belt, if I'm not mistaken. So
that's so funny.
He's in line. But the problem is he's over there with De La Hoya in Turkey, so I don't know if that fight gets done. Maybe Fundora goes over there like Benavidez did.
Maybe. So I'll be on TBV sometimes, right? And I don't know this shit. And people are like, oh, you don't know who's the champion. It's like, no, you know why I don't know? Because I choose to not give a fuck because the belts don't mean shit to me. They really don't. So I don't care who's champion. I don't care who's number one ranked. Like that doesn't matter. We know who the real champions are. We know who the number one contenders are. We know that fucking Jake Paul should not be ranked 9 as a cruiserweight now. Like we know these things are bullshit. So that doesn't fucking matter to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense. Yeah, I can see that.
It really, like, I choose not to give a fuck. Because, like, yeah, I guess I should know technically. And if I had a job where I needed to know, of course I would pay attention. But as of now, I don't need to know. So fuck it. CJ, why don't you come in the fucking chat, you punk ass, mark ass buster?
Yeah, speaking of Jake Paul, man, what you think about the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua potential fight? Eddie them say they on board, and Jake Paul been saying he wants that fight next. That fight will do big numbers.
That's a kamikaze mission for Jake Paul. That is a fucking suicide bombing mission. If he does that, he will get sparked like a fucking sour diesel blunt if he does that. Bad.
Yeah, I don't think that fight going to happen.
And I heard that Wilder and Jake Paul are in talks. Now, Wilder would literally harpoon Jake Paul with this. It would harpoon him with that straight right. But this version, ugh.
Yeah, I just think Jake Paul wants to get he fought Mike Tyson. They said that was fixed, and then they talking about the fight with Chavez Jr. was fixed. So I think he probably would take a Joshua fight. I think he's really searching for legitimacy, and I think he would get in the ring and try to fight Joshua and try to beat Joshua. Joshua is chinning, but I think Joshua knocks him out. But I wouldn't doubt that Jake Paul takes that fight.
That's what I'm saying, JB. And let me ask you a question, or let me make a statement. These dudes are getting PTSD from these awful knockouts. Why would he put himself at risk? A fight that is a lose-lose for him. Really?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not a lose. Okay, it's not a lose-lose. But the likelihood of him not only not winning, but getting stretched like he's in yoga class is so high. What do you have to gain? And then not only can it hurt you literally, like physically, fuck your... But your PTSD, that's instant PTSD, man. He's gonna get worse PTSD than a Vietnam vet. Like, what is he doing?
Yeah. I would think AJ knocks him out, but I can see why Jake Paul would take that fight. He probably look at him as chinny. When the last time AJ fought, he fought Dubois. That was earlier this year. If they fight, it'll probably be at the end of the year. But even without the, even with the inactivity, he still beat Jake Paul. But Jake Paul probably think if he can catch him on that chin, we know AJ is chinny, he might be able to knock AJ out. AJ was knocked out by Andy Ruiz, who wasn't known as a puncher.
But bust this, right? That's a cruiser. He's a cruiserweight. He doesn't have heavy. He has good power at cruiserweight. This is a heavyweight. Those punches aren't going to land the same on a dude who is naturally 50 fucking pounds bigger than you.
Yeah.
Joshua's naturally 258. I think Jake Paul's even fucking smaller, but let's say naturally 200. Like, yeah, he could go up to 225 like he did against Tyson, but he was fat.
Yeah. You know, Turkey
be
wants that
honest-
fight because he want to get Jake Paul out of boxing, so he gonna pay Jake Paul a whole lot of money. So Jake Paul might take it. If we give Jake 30, 40 million, Jake take that fight probably.
Yo, Turkey is like a fucking big Gambino family capo when he said that shit. When he was like, when he was just open with like, yeah, I want to get this fucking guy whacked, get him out of here. It's like,
Yeah.
damn.
He'll pay. That'd be a big fight. I don't know where they put it up in the UK, maybe Women's Stadium, maybe here in the United States. Maybe AJ can come over here and finally make it big here. Because the last time he was here, he got knocked out by Andy Ruiz. He never came back. So this would be a good opportunity for him to come over here and win. Fight Jake Paul.
That's what I'm saying.
And it'll be a good little interim fight. He fight Jake Paul, and then he'll be able to fight Tyson Fury. That's the fight they want to make. So this will be a good interim fight because Tyson Fury is not going to come back to 2026. So AJ can take this fight, get the win, and then fight Fury next.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see AJ. To be honest, I want to see a trilogy between him and Usyk because those AJ and Usyk fights were really good. I wouldn't mind seeing another one.
Ah, man.
I know he's out of the loop,
but
those fights were really good, though. I wouldn't mind seeing a third one.
Yeah, but we want to see Usyk possibly really challenge, and like he has to fight somebody who he hasn't fought yet, because this motherfucker has mad rematches. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's do Parker, let's do Aituama, maybe Ajit Kabayel.
That's easy work for him, Parker. That's an easy one for Usyk.
I agree, but Parker has, even though I think he's done it from happenstance, you guys know my opinion. Like, he fought Zhang and Wilder, who were literally not punching. Wilder had PTSD. Zhang was like fucking 30 pounds overweight, and then he fought Bacoli, who took the fight on 4.5 minutes notice. Motherfucker, eating mad snacks on the first class flight over there. Like,
what about Bacoli and Usyk? Would you be cool with that?
No, because
Bacoli got to get a win.
Right. He's not there anymore. So Parker deserves it, but I still believe that his path to deserving it is happenstance.
Yeah, they say Turker say he want the Otoma fight. That's what he want next for Usyk. He probably pay big money. So, but Parker is a WBO mandatory. He's next in line. But where would they put that fight? They have to put that fight in Saudi Arabia, because I don't know if he do big business in the UK. So that's the thing about Parker. He's a good fighter, but he don't have the Moses is from the UK. That fight would do big numbers. Him and Usyk. They probably do 90,000 again over there, like they did with the Dubois fight, and like they did with the AJ fight. So. It'd be interesting to see what happens.
I think Usyk, if I was Usyk, you know what I'm doing? Take a guess. What do you think I would do if I'm Usyk?
Fight Jake Paul, huh? Well, easy bad.
Well, I would retire.
Retire? Oh, okay.
He's at the age to do it, yeah.
You're at the age. You've accomplished everything from a gold. He won a gold medal, didn't he? Usyk? I believe he did. Did he? Did Usyk win a gold medal?
He won a medal. I don't know if it was gold.
I'm not sure.
I believe it was a gold. Let's see. Did Usyk win a gold? Yeah, he won the gold in 2012. Yeah, that's what I thought. He won a gold medal. He's undisputed in 2 different weight classes, twice as a heavyweight. He's undefeated. Yo. Walk away. And now you're in the talks for one of the greatest heavyweights who ever lived. And cruiserweights who ever lived.
Yeah, when you say it like that, he probably should retire.
What are we doing? Why? I mean, look, for us, I'm not trying to be selfish. A lot of you guys, not you guys specifically, but a lot of you dudes are selfish because you just want to keep seeing him fight. What about him? What about the sport we love having more of those Floyd level, like 1 in a million stars that don't lose and that are like, I don't know. That's what I would do if I was him.
Yeah, Andre Ward did. Yeah, you're right. He could do that.
And my man Roy, I wish if I had a time machine, besides going back and robbing a bank and shit, I would go back and maybe give Roy food poisoning before the Tarver fight, so he never fights Tarver, and then fucking convince him to quit. Like,
I wanted Roy to retire after his first heavyweight. That should have been it right there.
He should have never went back down. He should have never went back down.
He should have been done right there.
He could have fought Holyfield. He'd have beat Holyfield. The Holyfield fight was on the table. He moved back down to fight Tarver.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. Yeah,
that's a big dude. But and Holyfield had punch resistance, so like Roy would fucking tag him up like he's on sale at Target, but Holyfield would swallow him like no problem. But if Roy walked away into the sunset after the Ruiz fight, I mean, very few people could argue he's the greatest who ever did it, or even top
Oh,
three.
he definitely the greatest.
Yeah,
I
he
think he's the
definitely.
greatest anyway. But like, if he never had those losses, that's what I hate, man. So many people in my comments, well, Roy got knocked out. How can he be the greatest? It's like, oh my god. But that's people. But it's people's criteria. Some people think getting knocked out ruins. No matter when you got knocked out, they think that ruins everything because you have fucking Floyd, you know, and Marciano and Ward and Calzaghe never getting knocked out. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I just think.
Oh, you
I
calling
think
me?
he had some
Floyd?
big fight. Hold on, he had some big fights at heavyweight. He moved back down to fight Tarver. That was a guy that was a good fighter, but that wasn't no big fight. He could have fought Holyfield and then could have fought Tyson and made probably $100 million in just in them two fights.
Maybe.
I don't know
Yo,
why Roy moved back down to
yo,
175.
yo,
That made
Julio,
no sense.
you talking to me? You're a supporter of the channel, man. I know you're not talking to me. That's rude. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really hope. I don't know. And there's nobody that we really are clamoring to see Usyk fight, right? There's nobody where we're like, yo, we has to fight him. Nobody really has a chance. Who has a
No.
chance?
If Moses, if he stretches Dillian White August 16th and look dominating, maybe stretches him inside 3 rounds, that'll be an intriguing fight. You know, maybe be the passing of the torch. Maybe we can maybe sell it at that because Moses, he ain't been on that level, but he's shown a lot of potential to be the next guy to take over.
No, you're right, JB. It'll help, but like even Moses, like I mean not Moses, even White, like let's be honest, he's fucking washed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, oh, dude, Turkey mentioned what? Vlad Klitschko for what? What are you talking about? You're confusing me. Everybody's
if Dubois would have won, he's talking about maybe he would have made Dubois versus Klitschko if Dubois would have beat Usyk. But you know,
well, I remember Vlad talking about like he would have rematched Fury because I remember if Fury would have beat Usyk because because Usyk's also Ukrainian and Fury gave Vlad that first loss after being fucking champion for 9 years straight. He was talking about like he was going to come back. I would have loved to see him come back. Fury would have fucked him up. He's too old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He would have fucked him up. But Vlad kind of annoys me, man. He always annoyed me. He's like mad arrogant. He was like he had an unbelievable right hand, but he was also a dude that dominated in a period where nobody was anywhere near his height. Nobody was anywhere near his height. And then he would, remember, 1-2, hold, or push the head down. That's all he did.
Jab and grab.
And they never called it, ever.
Then he'll lean on you, try to wait to take your legs away from it. It was a horrible style, really. I give him credit though. You know, he's a great heavyweight, but it was a horrible style.
Have either of you gentlemen ever sparred before?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, JB, have you ever sparred before?
I've done some shadow bob. I never sparred.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not but the reason I ask is if you sparred, you know that when somebody leans on you, that shit drains the fuck out of you, especially if they're way
makes you tired, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up. So it's a very what's the word?
Good technique, veteran move.
Effective tactic. Yes, it works.
Yeah.
And that's what he would do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hated him. He was so I love when Fury beat him, even though that fight was boring too.
Yeah. Yeah, and they need some fresh blood because during that reign, you know, it was, you know, heavyweight boxing was dead here in the US. You know, most of his fights were over there in Germany, over there. He was dominant though.
Julio, you ain't lying, man. It was so boring. And yet he is, you know who the second longest heavyweight championship reign is? Him. Do you know who has held the belt the longest cumulatively? When I mean cumulatively, I mean all the times he was champion, even if he lost. Who do you think held the belt the longest ever? Cumulative.
Well, Larry Holmes?
Nope.
Was it Wilder?
Was it Lewis?
Nope.
Joe Lewis?
Cumulative, meaning if he lost and then he
won. Dog,
Klitschko.
you're talking about, right?
Klitschko.
Yeah, I was about to say him. That's why
Joe Lewis held it the longest consecutive. He held it almost 12 years without losing. But Klitschko cumulatively held it longer than 12 years because he was champion at first, then he lost, and Klitschko just by a little bit held it the longest cumulatively. Fucking annoying.
You know what's so funny about Vladimir? His most exciting fight was a fight he lost when he fought AJ. That was a great fight.
It was dope.
That was a great match.
Remember when he dropped AJ? I was like, oh shit.
Man, if he would have stepped on the gas, he would have stopped AJ. AJ was badly hurt. When AJ knocked him down, he was hurt, but he wasn't hurt like when he hurt AJ. AJ was out on his feet. If he just would have stepped on his gas, I think he was trying to say, I'm just going to be patient and it'll come later on, but it never came. He let AJ get that second win. He let him get himself back together, and then AJ ended up stopping him late.
I mean, I don't know if I agree. I think he did try to step on the gas. He just couldn't get it done. Klitschko, he was spent too. He was getting fucked. He was getting slapped around that fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was probably AJ last great, he's showing that doggedness. He showed that heart in that fight. He wasn't the same after that fight, though. He was kind of his chin wasn't the same after that fight.
Video? I dropped a video on that fight recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What you talking about? I didn't catch.
Let me pull it up. I'll pull it up. Fuck it. That fight it came up and I was like, oh shit. Let's see, Josh. I don't know what I named it. Josh was yeah, that fight was super fucking exciting.
Yeah, that was an exciting fight. That fight was on. That's when AJ was with I think he was with Showtime, HBO or something. I watched it on one of them. That was an exciting fight there.
Yep, here let's play it. This shit was a dope ass fight. All right, here we go.
Rumble 2017. The 6'6" Anthony Joshua starts by calculating distance better than Pythagoras. The 28-year-old instantly imposes his agility and speed. Anthony repeatedly lands romaine crispy combinations that stop Vladimir Klitschko dead in his tracks like a crossing guard. The 41-year-old then lands cleaner than Irish Spring, but Joshua just absorbs it like a roll of Charmin and is then reminded to go back to basics like he's dating a 6. So Anthony turns his sonar back on and resumes blasting from a safe range. Klitschko then finds himself in unfamiliar territory as he's forced on his back foot. Anthony continues exploding forward with master lock level combinations and using his reach advantage to keep the Kiev native at the end of his punches. Vladimir finally lands his legendary right hand, which throws Joshua in reverse like he's parallel parking. But the London native answers right back, landing a barrage of cinder blocks that leaves Klitschko retreating and covering up like he's being jumped into the South Side Crips. AJ then lands a thunderous left hook that rolls Vlad's eyes back like a Vegas slot machine. Joshua then follows up by sandblasting Klitschko with a follow-up assault that leaves Vladimir kneeling before him like General Zod. However, Klitschko gets up like olive oil just fed him spinach as he slams on the gas at the gasping gold medalist whose tank is now on E. Vlad continues landing flush shots that repeatedly reboot Anthony like Windows 95. Klitschko keeps using his experience and poise to land stunners that keep AJ's bell continuously ringing like a broken intercom. Vlad then detonates an atom bomb that knocks the morning dew off Anthony's cabbage. After courageously getting up, Klitschko proceeds to mercilessly beat AJ like he just sold him a kilo of baking soda. The two heavyweights then thrillingly suck down their second wind and begin feverishly trading like it's 9:30 on Wall Street. In another exhilarating momentum shift, Joshua connects like AT&T with a shotgun uppercut that shakes the ground under Vlad like the arena just got hit by an earthquake. AJ then follows up with an extra crispy 7-piece that floors Klitschko. Vlad rises again, but is instantly assaulted with a hailstorm that ejects him to the floor like he was tossed out of an express train. Klitschko unbelievably gets up once more, but after being pounded out like Jenna Jameson on set, the referee jumps in and finally stopping the fight.
Damn. I mean, I forgot how fucking exciting that fight was.
Yeah, it was exciting. They were throwing every punch they threw was with bad intention. They wasn't. It was not like it was like a baseball game. Number of fastballs in that fight.
Yeah, that shit was seesawing like they're in a playground. Like it was back forth. It was dope. It was such a good fight. Such a good fight. What's up, Bob?
Yeah, legendary scrap.
How's it going?
Legendary scrap.
Legendary for sure. What's going on, Bob? It's almost midnight.
Yo. Everything's going all right.
Well, not bad.
See
What's
you
up,
talking
Yayan?
Heavyweights. And I was.
Yeah, we were just like, I don't know how we got on to the topic of Vlad, but then I believe maybe JB or somebody brought up the Klitschko fight with Josh. Was like, oh yeah, somebody said that's the last exciting fight Klitschko was in, was probably
Yeah.
with Josh.
Yeah, the fight he lost. All the other ones he dominated, them were boring fight, but that was probably the most exciting fight was the one he lost.
Yeah, and if you saw, like, Joshua overall was winning. He was knocking the sweat off his cabbage for a lot of it, you know what I mean? But that power, that Klitschko power is no joke.
Yeah.
I know people been talking about heavyweights. I don't think that we're gonna have many American heavyweights. I heard some other people like American heavyweights. Why would anybody put their son who got some size in the boxing ring when I can have him play any other sport and he don't have to get hit in the head?
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I hear that football is just as bad as boxing, though, with the CTE and all that.
But with football, every one of those major colleges need about 40 linemen. So if your kid's big, he can get a scholarship just to be on the offensive defensive line.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a whole lot easier to do that than box.
That's true. Yeah, and you were going to say something?
No.
What you mean, no? Why are you doing the bedroom voice, man? This ain't that kind of channel.
What's the best American heavyweight right now? Richard Torres, the best young guy heavyweight, and he's
Torres.
limited. I guess Torres, huh?
The best young American heavyweight.
I was about to say though, I'm just being me right now.
Torres, probably Torres.
Yeah, I gotta say Torres. Yeah, he's undefeated. That last fight he didn't look that good against that guy named Guido, guy from
Guido something.
Well, we had Jared Anderson briefly, but that didn't pan out.
Yeah, he got destroyed by Bacoli. Now I think him and Big Baby supposed to be fighting on the Canelo Crawford undercard. That's what Turkey trying to get done. So we'll see if they get that fight done.
I really don't believe his head's in it. I think he's going to get beat. I don't think it's going to end well for him.
Marco, you high on Xander Myers?
No.
Xander Zayas, you talking about?
Yes, I keep saying Myers, but it's Zayas. I keep saying Myers, but yeah, Xander Zayas.
Julio's right. Michael Hunter is one. He's just for some reason he's more of a cruiserweight, but he does well at heavy. No, I'm not really.
I don't really find him like no homo, but I don't find him attractive boxing wise either though. He's just not.
Who?
Zayas.
You don't find him attractive?
His fighting style.
Oh, I thought he was on some like. I wasn't sure.
That's never mind. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. I wasn't sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. The jury's still out on him for me. We got to see him step up the comp, right?
Yeah, I won't say how he looked this Saturday. He's taking a step up in competition against that guy Jorge. Jorge Garcia? I think he beat Conwell. Yeah. He got to beat Conwell. That was an upset. That might be the upset of 2025. So that's a good step up opponent from what he's been fighting. So fighting for a vacant belt. So he's able to get a win over Jorge. That'll be a good win. He's champion, and then he'll probably be looking to. They probably might be trying to make the Fundora fight after that. Maybe be a unification.
Yeah, I want to say dudes like him.
I think so.
That's not super exciting. They'd be like them be the dominant ones though in the sport.
It's funny because Andre Ward said that in the interview. The fight style that people criticize the most, that's the most winning fighting style.
Yep, it's hit and don't get hit. That's the sweet science.
I mean, Andre Ward was super boring to me. Effective.
You know what's crazy? I was just watching this dude, and I don't know who told me to watch him, but somebody in chat told me to watch this dude. The George Benton dude, he that's a modern fighter in my opinion. All them other old dudes y'all telling me to watch, I wasn't impressed. The George Benton dude, I like him.
Georgie Benton, yeah. You weren't impressed with Sugar Ray Robinson?
I mean, yeah, but I don't think he'd be a modern fighter. I think the George Benton dude, I can see him being a modern fighter.
Okay. Show me
somebody outside in the windstorm.
Yeah, I think that's solid. Yeah, that was solid. Yeah, Georgie Benton was nice. He was nice with it. Willie Pep was very fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm not watching no Willie Pep though.
That's racist. That was racist. That's fine though. That's cool. Yeah, it's harder like we talked about, because of the quality of the video. I feel like it does take away a lot watching it.
And you know what's crazy? That wasn't the thing for me. It was like I didn't think it would affect me like you said it would, but it is like the speed of the video. It's like it's not like up to date. It's not like you know what I'm saying.
It's frames per second. Yeah, it's projecting it slower than it is, so it makes you think, whatever, you know.
Yeah, but that George Benton dude, he was a monster, man. I like the way he dropped his right hand too, like the way he shot his right hand out.
I mean, you should watch some Joe Louis. Like, yeah, that's slower,
Yeah,
older footage,
I'm
but
not probably gonna watch that.
that's the greatest heavyweight who ever lived. Was knocking everybody the fuck out.
That's what I want to say too. Like I noticed and I realized this last night when I was watching the Ben dude. It's the style I like. It like because he was the Philly shell guy. I think it's the style I like. I think I just like defensive fighters.
You like defensive fighters?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm leaning towards.
Why?
I don't know. I really don't know. But
They always winning.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at my favorite fighters, like Shakur Stevenson, Floyd Mayweather, what's his name, Andre Ward. These dudes, I like Bernard Hopkins. Like they
You like Sweet
defense.
Pea?
Yeah, of course. Like
Okay,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same.
Genius.
I like defensive fighters too. I feel the same.
Yeah, I mean, why don't we? Well, I'm gonna play a. Why won't this work? Hold on, I'm gonna play a.
Yeah, he was defensive, Eric, but not as good as them dudes.
Hey, I'm gonna play a Georgie Benton one right now. So it's like a 3-minute one. It's not long, so we could all get acquainted. This is more, I guess, his defense. Philly.
Oh, he's from Philly. Okay.
Yeah, he's from Philly. So he's
A lot of great fighters come out of Philly.
He's the one rolling. This is all his defense. This is what they were saying. Floyd got this from him. There's his offense too. He's the dude with the darker shorts. He's one of the white shorts here. So he's slipping. So it's like there he is with the white shorts. Ooh, see that pull counter? There he is. Look at that. That was a pull counter. There he is, pull countering, trying to do the Floyd shit. Look at that. Boom. That's
you guys
kind of looks more like there it is. Look, he kind of looks more like Purnell. Woo.
Yeah,
Woo.
he trained Purnell, right? You know that, right?
Oh
I'm
no,
sure you know
I
that.
think I did now. I think I forgot though.
Damn, I thought you would have known that.
I forgot. Oh yeah. You know what? Now I remember. Yeah, he was older. I remember. I didn't know he was a fighter when I was real young. I thought he was a trainer. Because
I was thinking he said George Benton. I'm thinking.
Yeah, look at him. Look, so that's. I mean, I'll be honest. I think Floyd was better defender than George.
Come on, now, obviously, but.
What was he, a middleweight? What was his weight class?
Yeah, he was a middleweight.
That was a middle?
Oh, okay.
You sure?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a little.
Well,
lighter.
I don't know if he stayed that, but I was watching a fight where he was fighting at middleweight.
Yeah, he was nice with it, but not as quick twitchy as Floyd. Not as quick twitchy.
Yeah, but this is like the first guy to like really be known for this.
Yeah, look at him. He's just boom, 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 staying in the
like
pocket.
you see how he just
great head.
He remind me more so of James Toney, honestly, more than Floyd.
Yeah, he kind of remind James. Kind of like we doing like they kind of remind a little bit of Hopkins there with the little jab. Got the right hand up.
Yeah, a little bit, maybe a mix of James and Floyd. Look right there, boom, boom.
Ooh. Pull counter.
There he is, just keeping the hand up. Yeah, the right hand defense is good, but the shoulder defense, it looks like some punches would get through that. He wouldn't be able to ricochet the punch off with his shoulder as much as Floyd did.
He said Ben was much better than Floyd on defense. Oh man,
who said that?
AB.
Nah.
I mean, like, he was more of a like. I think Ben was more of like a. He was like a boxer puncher more than Floyd.
There he is. Oof, that was slick. Look at that. That was slick right there. Woo! That was slick right there.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, there he is. Let's see how many pulls he doesn't pull counter as much. Floyd would pull counter almost every fucking time. Yeah. There he is with the jab.
But when I was watching this dude, I'm like, yeah, they should have told me about him soon.
Yeah, no, he was nice, but he didn't. I believe as a I'll look him up. I believe as a fighter, though, his record was good, but it wasn't great.
He was like 60 and like 13 or something like that.
Yeah, and who did he really beat? You know what I mean?
I know you ain't the one saying that. You be, come on now.
What?
You be the main one saying, oh, they fought who they can fight in their time and stuff like that.
No, but there's people that he fought that he lost to, is what I'm saying. When I say who did he beat, I mean he lost to the good guys of his time. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see. All right, so his first loss was to Al Mobley, never heard of him. Joe Blackwood, never heard of him. Drew with Leroy Coleman. Never heard of Willie Dockery. Charlie Joseph, never heard of. Yeah, I don't know a lot of these people. This is the 60s, man. I didn't really. Reuben Carter. Hurricane Carter beat him. Okay, I know him.
I was about to ask about Hurricane Carter. He lost to Hurricane?
Yep, Hurricane beat him.
I actually thought he won. It was a split decision. That's the fight I watched.
Oh, I bet that was a great fight, Hurricane.
Benny Briscoe, I know. He lost to him. Danny Garcia.
Yeah,
Shit. I'm just playing. It's not that Danny Garcia. Obviously. And his last fight was a loss. Yeah. Did he ever get knocked out? Twice. What's his knockout percentage? Not good. The mayor of North Philly, 5'10". Yep, middleweight. Oh no, he was welter at first. All right. Well,
okay.
Floyd.
Back then, it was on a one-weight class apart. You're going from welterweight to middleweight.
Yeah, that's all you could do back then. There was no junior welterweight.
Yeah, junior middleweight wasn't none of that.
There was no super middleweight. None of that. Yeah, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Georgie Benton. Yeah, so some people consider him the father of the Philly show. And he's from Philly, so there it is.
Yep.
Or was it Philly? Or was it? Yeah, it was Philly.
He's from Philly. Not Philly.
Yeah, now Floyd was different. Floyd was different. But, that doesn't mean that Floyd didn't take a couple pinches of Benton,
Well, honestly, I think more so his father did.
His father taught him that Philly shell. His father, he just took it to another level. Master tighten it up a little bit, would make it hard, made the target smaller. The way Floyd would do, he would kind of like give it the side to you, where you couldn't really catch him with nothing, especially up top.
True.
Make it very, very hard. You might can hit him maybe a little bit up under the elbow a little bit, but hard for you to catch him with any headshot. So
that's true. Yeah, man, that's totally true. Daniel Dubois. What'd you guys think about that Daniel Dubois thing with the video of him like having a party? Was that really right before the fight, or was that bullshit?
Yeah, they say he had a get together. He said it was a gathering, but still, you had they say he had like 70 people at his house. They say he left because he had to get away because there was just too many people, coming at him. So I don't know why they did that, but his trainer say he did that before the Joshua fight and it worked out for him. But that still ain't no way to get it. Just because it worked for the Joshua fight, that's not no. You got to be focused, man. You fighting the biggest fight of your career. You can't be entertaining nobody at that time right now. You got to be getting into your game, getting into your fight mode. You need that one thing on your mind. Don't be worried about, hey man, you got enough to drink to go in here and get you something. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to his defense, like he wasn't doing any of it. It was all his pops, right? He just came in and saw all the people there. I mean, that's still bad. Don't get me wrong, but like, it's not like he was right. Wasn't his dad who did it?
Yeah, I think his dad put it together. But yeah, that's crazy. You have the party after the fight, especially if you win. Yeah, it's time to bring everybody over. Let's have a good time. But don't be doing that before the fight. I ain't never heard stuff like that before. Before the fight, even if you lose, man, you might have a party because you've been training and you did all this sacrificing as far as getting ready for the fight. You want to unwind even if you lose. I wouldn't mind it after the fight, but before the fight, that's crazy.
I think when he got knocked down, because people were saying that he quit. But I feel like people that are saying that, they don't understand. Like, you get punched like that, your brain move around in your head like that, and your body just shuts down. People are acting like that ain't no real thing, talking about he quit. Like, motherfucker didn't quit. He couldn't fight no more. It was over after that. I don't like when people say that.
I think he quit, to be honest with you, because he already did it once. I think he did it twice.
Nah, he quit because he had to.
If he didn't have a history of doing it,
some shit like that happened, you better quit.
He wasn't stressed out, but when he on one knee and he was looking, and I think he looked to his dad, he was thinking about it. He knew what he was doing. Like, nah, I don't want no more of this. I'm good.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Now, this is a sport where, like, I understand if you're receiving a vicious ass whooping for 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds, but this was like, yeah, he got dropped twice. Okay. one punch dropped him each time. Like, you shouldn't quit if you don't have
Man,
to.
he was getting hit with that shit though. Like, you don't know what he felt.
I mean, ideally you would like that, but
I know that he was
every fight is
coherent.
different.
I know that he was coherent and clear-headed to continue. That's all I know, and he chose not to. So, Marco, James Toney, or Bernard Hopkins?
They never fought.
Yeah, that's a shame that fight never happened.
I got
Yeah.
Toney.
Damn.
I got Toney.
Yeah, because you don't like Bernard, man.
But
That's
I
a
don't think
shame.
Bernard. I think James
That's a
Toney's
shame.
style wouldn't be able to beat Toney. I think Toney's one of the few people that would.
I got James too, though.
Yeah, because Hopkins couldn't do that dirty shit with James. It wouldn't work. So, not dirty or
Yeah,
whatever. Crafty, whatever you want to
Rugged.
call it. Yeah.
Yeah, that fight was close to happening, but they couldn't agree to terms. They was in negotiations actually back in early 2000s, somewhere in there. After Toney had beat Holyfield, somewhere in that time, they was in negotiations. But I don't think either one of them wanted to be the B side, so that was the problem.
They should have fought right around back in the day when they were both still super middleweights. They should have fought.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been dope. Like right around when Roy beat them both, they should have just squared off against each other.
Yep. Another fight that we didn't get that I wanted to see was Sugar Shane Mosley versus Felix Trinidad. That's a fight we didn't get. They were both, in that same area with De La Hoya and Corte.
That
Never
would
fought.
a crazy fight.
And Vernon Forrest.
I would go with Mosley.
Ooh,
Too fast.
know.
And he had a great chin. So he would absorb. He would get hit. We know that.
Didn't he get knocked out?
No, he's never been knocked out. Ever.
Same Mosley did? Oh, no, he didn't.
He quit. He had to quit once because of like an injury in his hand or something, but he's never been actually knocked
Vernon
out.
Forrest.
Yeah, he had a bad
Vernon Forrest dropped him. That's the only time
I think that would have been a 50-50. I think 50-50.
Once against Vernon. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have favored Mosley. That'd been a good fight. Like I say, he got with the speed, hand speed, and he had enough punch and pop on his punch to keep Trinidad honest. Trinidad would have tried to walk him down, but I think he would have got pieced up. It'd have been a good fight though. But
Chin would have made a difference. Did Ward duck Calzaghe? I don't know. I don't think
Calzaghe retired. Ward wasn't even.
I don't think Ward ducked anybody.
Career, right?
Huh?
I said when Calzaghe retired, Ward was barely like in his pro career.
Yeah, he was before him. Ward retired right when Bivol was coming on. Yeah, but that's the fight they was kind of talking about after he beat Kovalev for the second time. They was talking about Ward and Bivol, but Ward, Bivol hadn't really been no big name, but he was that next guy coming up. But Ward, he retired, so he never got it. That'd have been a good fight.
I give Calzaghe props too, man. He walked away, never came back, kept his O. I mean, a lot of people thought Hopkins beat him, I believe, right? But other than that, there was no question of all his fights.
Yeah.
Triple G was too little, wasn't he?
What's that?
He said Ward versus Triple G.
Triple G was a middleweight. Ward barely fought at middleweight. He was a super and light heavy. That wouldn't have,
Triple G was at 160. Ward was at 168, but Triple G was trying to get the fight at a catch weight at 164.
And
Ward was like, "No, I'm a champion. Come up to 168. You were gonna do it for Chavez. Why are you gonna try to do me at a catch weight?" So that was the problem with that.
And they were not the same size. Like that would have been kind of an unfair fight. Ward's just too big.
Yeah, ain't Triple G like 5'8" or something?
5'10".
5'10", 5'11", yeah. Somewhere in there. Ward's 6'1".
Yeah.
But
also just a bigger frame. Ward's just a bigger dude.
Yeah, that's why Triple G was trying to weight drain. He's trying to get it at a catch weight. The Ward's like, no, you gonna fight Chavez Jr. at 168. Why you can't fight me? I'm the champion.
Who's a better all-time middleweight than Triple G besides Hagler?
Yeah, you go. Yeah, you might be the second best.
I don't count Roy because even though Roy was middleweight champion, he was there for only a few years. So don't exclude Roy. Who's like a
you got Hopkins at 160. He was great. Yeah, he had a long reign at 160.
He did better than Triple G.
They both close, and Hopkins probably had better quality opponents outside of the Canelo fight. Hopkins had better opponents at 160 in this range. He beat some.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
Ray Robinson. Okay, that's a
Hopkins
good one.
fought better fighters. Yeah, I was going to say that.
So it would be because Ray Robinson. So best middleweights of all time: Hagler, Ray Robinson, Hopkins, Trip G. Let's say one more.
Roy Jones.
I'd probably put Roy there.
Exclude Roy.
He just didn't have it long, but that's why you have to put him at 5 because his range when it's long.
Yes, McClellan. We can't do McClellan. We can't do McClellan fight sports talk because his career ended way too early. Greb, okay.
Is that supposed to be Michael Nunn?
Yeah, Michael Nunn
I'm not too.
was a middleweight, but
Yeah, but he got knocked. James Tony knocked him out.
What
He had
about Martinez?
knocked
that
up
was
one there for a
super.
couple of years.
That was super middle when James
Yeah,
Tony
we
beat
know.
him up. I think Monzon.
What about Martinez?
And by McClellan.
Sergio.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sergio Martinez.
yeah. I don't
Yeah,
think he's
Sergio was
above.
strong.
He's not above the guys I just named, though, is he?
Nah.
Yeah, he probably maybe number 6. He's there. He up there though. He probably top 6. He probably 6. Yeah, he beat Paul Williams. He had some good wins there.
He was, and he did that shit with his hands down the whole time. Like that was impressive.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite.
It sounds like
Yeah,
B-Hop is the other fighter besides Triple G.
Well, we said Hopkins. Okay, Hagler.
Yeah, I think B-Hop is the guy.
Hagler, Hopkins, Trip G, Sugar Ray Robinson, and Monzon, I guess. Or do we do Greb? I don't know. Or do we do Martinez?
Ooh, yeah, Carl Froch. That's not a bad one.
Nah. He got beat by Andre Ward in the Super 6.
Yeah.
That was 168 though.
We're talking greatest of all time.
Oh yeah, it was
you
168.
watch
Right,
your filthy mouth, Ian.
They said it in the chat, but I'm just saying, no, come on. He said Sergio versus Roy.
You be bugging out over there in Indiana. You know, damn Froch.
I'm actually in Michigan right now.
Yeah, Sergio, who he beat Chavez Jr. Chavez had the belt at the time, even though he kind of got it on some.
He got good to that belt.
Yo, Shark, man, we're not including Roy in any of this because he fought middleweight through 4 or 5 years maybe.
Right?
Nah,
and then he moved up.
And then, funny enough, at super middleweight was even though that was his most dangerous, and that he told me personally that was his best weight. Super middleweight was the shortest amount of time. He only had 4 fights.
Yeah. What about Eubank and Nigel?
Eubank,
greatest middleweights.
They all got mopped up, each of them respectively by somebody else. So, nah, they're one of the greats, but all time. You think?
Yeah, it's a great rivalry.
Is they not top 10?
Are they?
He's top 10.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
Who you talking about? Ben?
Ben or Eubank, the father?
Nah, none of them.
Yeah.
Nah.
What?
They had a great rivalry over there in the UK, but they wouldn't.
Kawasaki was a super middleweight, Joaquin. We're going with middleweights.
Kawasaki.
And he was a light heavyweight.
Teddy Atlas doesn't actually rate Triple G as the top 10 middleweight.
TD Atlas is a fucking clown.
Yeah, I remember all his welterweight list. Floyd,
I don't agree with everything he says, but I can kind of see where he's coming from.
I don't like anything he sees.
Of course
personally.
you do.
Really?
He's what, and I shouldn't say this because I would love to work with him, but he's one of those guys that I feel like likes to hear himself talk more than actually.
Oh yeah, he's an egotist, but I don't disagree. I think he's actually one of the best analysts in boxing. I don't agree with everything he says, but I can kind of see where he's coming from when he says Triple G doesn't have the names on his resume.
Well, I think he's a straight clown.
Yeah, he got robbed on the Canelo fight. He should have got that first Canelo fight. It's a shame that he didn't get that win. He won that first fight.
Yeah. I was gonna say P-Rob, but he didn't do enough.
Who you don't think he done? I thought he won that first fight. He won that 8-4, in my opinion. He did enough to win that fight. He was a champion too. Yeah, he shouldn't. Yeah, he should have won that fight. The second fight was I had a draw. But I had no problem with Canelo winning the second fight because he landed the more sharper punches. His punches did more damage. But I even had that fight a draw. You got to score it round by round. But he landed the more dominant punches. So I don't have no problem with him, Canelo getting the second fight. But he definitely didn't win the first fight.
I thought G won the first. I thought he won the first 2 fights. I thought.
Yeah.
Canelo. I thought he beat Canelo.
I thought he won the first one, not the second one. Canelo beat him.
P-Rod.
Nah, he didn't beat him the second one.
I had a draw. It could have been 7-5 either way the second fight. But I had a draw, but I had no problem with Canelo winning because he landed them. He landed the more damaging shots though. He landed some damaging shots in the second fight.
Canelo was coming out.
Triple G started getting him in the late rounds.
Yeah, he fighting Canelo. Triple G was fighting off the back foot well. Hit him with the jab, hit him with the 1-2. I gave Triple G showed a different style to make that fight very close.
I'm telling you, Solid, I was going for fucking Triple G too. I just thought he lost that second fight. What's up?
Triple G was
If
supposed to
Triple
fight.
G, I mean, Triple G had good wins, but it's just when he, unfortunately, everybody ducked him in his prime, and he didn't move up to super middleweight. So that's just where it looks a little bad on him. But in
Why
terms
is it look
of,
bad?
well, just because he ended up fighting just weaker competition when he was in
Well,
his prime. Again, not his fault, but
how do you know that he naturally wasn't a super middle? You didn't want to go and risk that. I mean, he was naturally middleweight. He wasn't a tall
well,
guy.
his team did. He and his team did say, again, back when everyone was ducking him, we will move up to super middleweight, and they never did. But again, I'm not saying this shames him. I'm just putting things into perspective. But his resume, it's kind of hard to compare to the likes of Hagler, Hopkins, Munzon. Ray Robinson's just no contest. Michael Nunn as well, Gerald McClellan. It's just because of the names.
I mean,
But yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, Triple G was supposed to fight Dimitri Pirog, but dude, he got injured.
Pirogue was a
Oh
was
yeah,
a
Parole. I remember he knocked
menace.
That would
out
have
the
been. That
Miracle
would have
Man,
been.
Danny
That's a
Jacobs. I remember
menace.
that fight. That
Undefeated,
shocked
right? He
everybody.
retired. He stopped
20
fighting
15
undefeated,
That
but
was
he had. Didn't
that
he
was
have
He had
like
an
literally
injury,
the
didn't he?
only champ.
Parole
That was
had an
literally
injury.
the that was literally the only champion who agreed to fight him in his prime when he
Parag
got injured.
retired early because of an injury, right? What
Yeah,
injury did he have? Does anybody
he's
remember?
like something with his back or something.
Yeah, he had a bad back. Yep.
He was knocking everybody out, right?
Yeah,
He's
he
the only
had.
guy that
Yeah,
knocked
he
out.
knocked out Danny Jacobs. That was
Yep, only one.
that Jacobs was undefeated at the
He
time.
was 20-0, 15 knockouts.
I kind of agree with the Michael Nunn being overrated, but not up until Tony beat him. He wasn't overrated because he was just he had this amazing combination of southpaw boxing ability, length, power,
Yeah.
speed, output. He was putting together crazy. So he wasn't. But then once James Toney beat him, I mean, what did he ever do after that? That was amazing. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
he kind of his career went on the downside after that
The
Tony
dumbass
loss.
got fucking locked up for like 18 years selling, being like a big time drug dealer when he's world champion of the world. The stupidest shit I've ever seen.
Who
So
did?
stupid.
Not gonna.
Oh man,
Dumbass. He went to jail
he
for
from
like
the
18 years.
streets.
Huh?
He had to be from the streets, right?
He's from fucking Ohio. What
Oh
part?
yeah, come on.
Not Youngstown. Where's he from? Some Ohio shit. You fucking Midwest guys are corny. I still
Right.
believe
Stop playing
Ward
with us,
retired to save the O from Bivol. Better be Evan Triple G. Nah, I don't think so.
You know,
I
he beat
mean,
he
come
beat
on,
everybody in this era. You know, he had that young crop coming up, Billville and them guys, but you know, he got up out of there. They was trying to HBO was trying to get that fight going with him and Billville, but Ward said, I beat Kovalev, I beat what else he beat? What's that guy that beat Hopkins in
Fuck his name.
Oh,
in
Chad
the
Dawson.
Yeah, Chad
yeah,
Dawson.
Chad Dawson. Yeah, he had some good wins. Chad Dawson, he beat Carl Froch. He beat them guys in his era, Ward.
Chad
He had
Dawson.
already
Nice.
he had already decided to retire before the Kovalev fight anyway. So
Yeah, Chad Dawson was nice. I remember
yeah,
I was
He's
still
from
active.
Connecticut, right?
Yeah, he's from Hartford, I believe. I was still active, right, when he first turned pro. I remember my man was like, yo, check out Chad. And I remember looking at him, and he was my weight at the time, super middle. And I remember he ended up moving up. But I remember being like I am so glad I'm not like a top 10 pro because this guy is fucking, he was tall, vicious, like he was a problem. But
Yeah.
Let's start right here.
He's the guy that when they asked Floyd Mayweather who was his favorite fighter at the time, he said Chad Dawson was his favorite, most talented fighter out there. That guy had a lot of talent. I think where he messed up was when he beat Hopkins at 175, he moved down to 168 and fought Andre Ward in Oakland, in his
He said
hometown.
that.
That was a bad move.
If I've interviewed him, he told me that too. He's like, I was drained as fuck. And I'm like, I mean, I believe it.
And you know what's crazy? Andre Ward said that like before they fought, he said if you want to come down, like no homo, but he was like if you want to suck yourself down and fight me, he could do that. And then he said he was drained.
Yeah,
Why he did it? He's the champion. You should have made Ward come up. He's the champion. You just got to beat Hopkins.
Oh yeah,
and it's one of those things where it's
Taylor.
like, yeah, it's a valid excuse, but it's also like, yeah, but you also signed up for it. You just shouldn't have, right?
Yeah. You signed up for just like Ryan Garcia. We signed a Tank Davis fight. Once you get knocked out, I don't want to hear nothing about no. Oh, I was drained. Rehydration clause. Why you sign a contract? Don't sign it.
I mean,
I want to hear
some
it after. I want to know Monday morning quarterback. I want to hear it.
Yeah, Rob, I'm still about 165-ish. Some dudes, though, maybe don't know until how it's going to affect them. They think. Because there's a part in all of our lives where we're getting older, we're filling out, and it's like there's that one moment, that one fight where you realize you can't make a certain weight. Maybe it was one of those cases where he thought he could, but he couldn't. You know,
Yep.
and then the contract's already signed. He can't pull out. You know.
Yeah.
But you know, dudes are canceling fights now because of weight overages, and I think that's all thanks to Ryan Garcia.
Yeah. Yeah, just like see what we saw with the Pitbull and Perra fight. Perra couldn't make the weight. They say he was tried to, but he was getting sick, so he had to pull out of that fight. Where his trainer Robert Garcia pulled him out of that fight. So
that's what I'm saying. Like back in the day, like come on, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, it ain't shit. It's not a big deal. It's really not. But you know, you're still gonna get all your money. Like De Los Santos got all his money because Keyshawn didn't make weight. And Keyshawn was on some shit like, because most guys do not pull out. He was like, yeah, he'll fucking, I'll get fined, whatever, he'll fight me. A bad fucking surprise for you. No, he didn't want to fight you, and he was entitled to all his fucking money, and you get nothing. So he's like, why wouldn't he take a nice free check with 0 chance of injury?
Yeah. Keyshawn was thinking that he needed the money because he had fought like 2 years, but he miscalculated that. He didn't even try to make the weight though. Keyshawn, I think he wanted to come in big because he worried about De Los Santos' power. He didn't want to.
That's what I'm saying. Because historically, I bet you like 1% of dudes will actually not take the fight. Like you remember when Corrales fought Castillo the second time? Corrales didn't take that fight because Castillo came in heavy. But Castillo fucked him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that rematch was very underwhelming.
Yeah,
so why did everybody?
Corrales? You can see it on Fight Night. He's way bigger than Corrales in that second fight. Way bigger.
Why does everybody falsely say that Castillo beat Mayweather? You go back and watch that first Mayweather-Castillo fight. Mayweather won the first 7 rounds easily. Like what the fuck is everybody talking about?
I disagree with you. I think Mayweather did lose that fight. Mayweather, I think he said he was injured. I think he was injured, and I believe it because he was laying on the ropes. He was letting Castillo bang him out. He was just covering up. He wasn't pull countering. He wasn't. I'm telling you, Castillo won that fight, in my opinion. But the rematch, he beat him easy. Yeah.
Mayweather say turn the volume down. He said HBO was making people think that he lost. He say turn the volume down. That's what he always say. Watch the fight. Turn the volume down.
He watched that dude. I don't know why somebody would say that.
Who said that?
I'm scratching I got a head full of hair. I always scratch my head. Like he did not lose that fight.
He tell him to turn the volume down. Quit letting Jim Lampley and Marion Stewart influence you. He said, turn the volume down and watch the fight and see if I lost. That's what Mayweather always said. But I need to go back and watch that fight. I seen it one time. It was close. I ain't gonna lie, to the fight, I thought he lost, but I wasn't scoring it round by round at the time. I had to check it out. But my gut feeling after I watched that fight with Castillo pulled it out. Wasn't nothing big, maybe 7-5.
2002, Floyd battles Jose Luis Castillo. Rumors of Floyd entering with an injury runs rampant.
You have to go back and watch that fight and score it. I didn't score it. It was just my feeling after the fight. I thought Castillo won, but I didn't score it.
4 rounds, Castillo runs on the express rails forward, but Floyd maintains distance like a protractor, landing sharp stoppers. However, in round 5, the Mexican native adjusts like Optimus Prime, getting creative and finding openings in Mayweather's force field defense. Castillo cranks the pressure with an instant pot, springing forward and landing awkward lead rights. Jose is
he wasn't on some good right hands.
Rights and lefts like they're on a conveyor belt. By round 7, Mayweather has rope burns on his back from the relentless forward-bound pressure. By bulldozing forward, Jose wraps Floyd in caution tape and continues landing stunners and piling up points. Mayweather lands sporadically, but is overshadowed by Castillo's full head of steam. Jose even pulls out the mirror, letting Floyd taste a side order of counterpunching. Mayweather puts his foot on the gas in round 11, zapping Castillo with clean, crisp shots. But Castillo swings the pendulum back his way in the last round, finishing strong. Final CompuBox numbers have Castillo outpunching and outlanding Floyd, while also averaging a higher connect percentage. However, the judges bounce past Floyd, a unanimous decision, which leaves boos echoing throughout the MGM Grand. Who do you think really won?
So I'm saying, man, you see it right there. And the punch stats fucking back it up. Floyd got hit more and landed less. I thought he lost that fight, but you saw he was on the rope. He was getting fucked up. He's just trying to hold. He looked, I believe he might have been off, although they say the shoulder injury. But if you look in the beginning, I even showed my video, he's throwing hard shots in the beginning. Didn't look like it bothered him, but maybe it did because, he looked way better in the rematch. I thought he lost.
It's like when you watch the fight, it looks like Mayweather was in control and was winning the fight. Then you pull those stats up.
I mean, not to me. It looked like Mayweather lost that fight to me, but it was close. Don't get me wrong. 7-5 maybe, or maybe even by like one round he might have lost. But you know, Bob's sleeping. There he is. He's back.
And that's what I want to say about my boy Mayweather too. Like every time he had a controversial fight where they said he lost, he always rematched him and gave him, gave dudes a shot.
Your boy got fucking mopped up in that fight.
No,
maybe not mopped up. Maybe not mopped
he lost
up.
that either.
He fucking.
Yeah, it don't look like he lost.
Guys,
the stats, I understand that, but when you watch the fight, it's like Mayweather was winning.
I don't.
So yeah, it's weird.
Look, the video.
It's a weird one. It's a weird one.
The video I did, I wasn't being biased. I was putting all the exchanges where people landed and other people didn't land. The motherfucker was landing more on Floyd. The punch stats showed that he hit him more and got hit less. How does he lose that? How's that a loss?
Solid is if you just like watch the fight, you could tell who winning if you just watch the fight.
Like if you watch it, the rerun onto YouTube and just watch it from round 1 all the way to round 12, no highlights the whole fight, it does not look like Castillo won that fight. That's why I'm saying them stats is weird as hell.
Yo,
that's what's up there.
And guess what?
If that's what's up there, then fuck it.
A lot of people thought he lost too. It's not just me. Like maybe I get you guys don't.
That's a close fight, but you know what I'm saying. I edge it to Floyd, but like Oscar say, I mean not Oscar, what Eric say. I think Oscar is the only fight that I could see him like losing, and I really don't know how he won. Like Oscar being the A side.
I thought Floyd won that fight, but by like one round. I thought that was close. Like I thought Floyd won that, just like I thought Castillo won it, like one round, like close. Oscar was fucking all over Floyd, and Floyd was like
he was on the ropes way more in that fight than the Castillo fight.
I'll be right back. Keep it going though, guys. I'm gonna step away for 1 second.
Like I was saying, I just think how Oscar was the A side. You know, he was the favorite to win, and he looked it good versus Floyd. I'm surprised Floyd got the nod.
Yeah, he was kind of, he fought really well against Floyd in that fight. That was close, but I think Floyd kind of like edged it out at the end. But he did fight really good. That was probably his last fight where he looked really good, Oscar, because I think after that he went downhill. But I can see that, but I thought Floyd slightly won.
Yeah, I had a 7-5.
Yeah. Floyd took away the jab. He took away the jab. That's what turned the fight around. He took De La Hoya's jab away. Once he did that, he was able to, outpawn him.
I thought
I think
fights, honestly, I thought Floyd won Castillo, and I thought he won. Honestly, he might have eked it out. But 7-5 is a win, so I thought Floyd won against Castillo.
Okay,
and against Oscar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and watch that fight.
If anybody thought that closed Maidana, he beat Maidana too.
Easy.
I'll tell you guys one thing though. There's only one fighter, undefeated fighter, who never had a controversial loss or cut is Rocky Marciano. That's it. And let me hit it. Let me hit it.
Every time I start talking about boxing,
if you didn't see all his fights, how you see it.
He's the only one of all the undefeated guys, right? We went over this. Floyd had Castillo, Kelsaki had Hopkins, Ward had Kovalev, Jose Luis Lopez, I believe, with the dude that he drew with. Yeah, he had a draw.
You talking about Ricardo Lopez?
That's what I meant.
Wasn't Joe Louis winning the rematch before he got knocked out the ring? Wasn't he ahead though of Marciano in the second fight? He was ahead on the cards, wasn't he?
Maybe. I don't think so. I think let's look it up. I think Marciano was fucking him up. Let's see.
Yeah, the first fight he got. I think the second fight, Joe was good. He got caught.
They didn't fight twice.
They didn't fight twice?
Nah.
I thought they fought twice.
Nah, they just fought once.
It's kind of like what the guy said. Every time Floyd had a close fight, shit, he just rematched him and beat him even worse than the rematch. So
he said the guy.
Trying to take it away.
All right, let's see. Joe Louis. Here it is. Joe Louis. All right, let's go to the bout. Boom. Oh, it's score. We'll go to score. All right, judges had it. No, Marciano was ahead.
They only fought once?
Yeah, Marciano was ahead. And back then, the referee was one of the judges. Yeah, the ref had it 4-2, Marciano. And then the other judge had it 5-2. The other judge had it 4-3. Yeah, so now Marciano. Lewis was down. When he got
I want to say, I thought Floyd won the Maidana fight. I think that fight was tough for him because, dude, he was just like an awkward fighter. Like the way he punched and stuff like that. Like,
what's crazy?
He was effectively wild.
You guys remember that Joe Louis
caught him off guard.
You guys remember that fight? Do you remember how old Joe Louis looked in that fight? Slow and balding and old. He was 37. He was Crawford's age, who is peak. That just shows you how shit has evolved. Where like now 37 then is literally like 47 now. It's like a 10-year gap now. I really believe
that. 37 back then was like 59.
That was old. It might be damn near 50. Nah, for real.
Yeah, just like Ali. When he fought Holmes, he's 38. That's not that old. Back then, he looked that old.
Yeah, but he was also on L-Dopa for his Parkinson's. Like, he had full-blown.
He was on Parkinson's. Yeah. He wasn't the same.
Nah.
And then back then, too, a lot of he probably had, at that age, he probably had, 50-something fights? 40-something fights?
Yeah. They say that, the fight that really did Ali bad, it was the Ernest Shavers fight. You watch how he talked before the Ernest Shavers fight and how he talked after the Ernest Shavers fight. They want to say that Joe Frazier. It wasn't Joe, it was Ernest Shavers. That's the guy that put Ali in the situation where he had that box. Yeah, man. True? Ernest Shavers hit him with some hard shots, Ernest. Every shot he hit Ali with, he hurt him. Ali was his speech slowed down after that fight. Like they say like they did a little documentation on it. It slowed down like 15-20% after the Ernest Shavers fight.
Are you sure? I'm gonna try to look that up because that happened when Riddick Bowe fought Galata. You hear it clearly. Before Galata, he was speaking fine. After the second Galata fight, Riddick Bowe was slurring significantly.
Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't slurring after Ernest, but his speech has slowed down. It wasn't his speech consistency was slowed down like 15-20% after the Ernest Shavers fight.
Oh, big shout to my man Julio. All right, Julio disagreed. So he says Ricardo Finito Lopez 51-0 and 1. You forgot the one draw, 0 controversy. That one draw, Julio, is the controversy.
He don't got the unblemished record, huh? Yeah.
He has the one, right? He has that one draw, and that's the controversy right there. It's a draw. So there it is.
So they say even if you get a no contest, that means like you're not undefeated no more. That's how it works?
No. The only way you're undefeated is if you have a loss. If you have a draw or if you have a no contest, that's not undefeated. That's nobody beat. I mean, think about it. Like it's just simple. It's actually literal.
You said it's nobody not undefeated. So what you mean?
Huh?
Like you say if it's a draw or no contest.
Real quick, Rob Williams, appreciate you. I don't know which raffle you're submitting this for. Can you please specify which? We have a bunch of raffles. You mean at the Grant Gloves? Please specify, Rob, which raffle this is for. But thank you. No, undefeated just means you've never lost, right? A draw is not a loss, and a no contest is not a loss.
Well, I was watching. It was a video about Boots, and they say he had a no contest, so he can't surpass Floyd unblemished.
Right.
Record,
so unblemished.
Who said never had no contest? He never had no contest.
I don't know if it was Boots, but it was somebody with a lot of fights.
Yeah, listen to me. Unblemished means no blemishes. Undefeated means no losses. They're two different things. Unblemished means there's no blemish at all. There's no contest. There's no draws. There's nothing. That's something that Ricardo Lopez didn't have. That's why Floyd was above him. Floyd was unblemished. But if you go for undefeated, Ricardo Lopez has is the most undefeated wins. He has 51, and he never lost.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about Oscar real quick because I don't think he get the credit he deserved because he fought I think it was Hopkins, Floyd, and Pacquiao when he didn't have to when he was already a superstar. He only lost I think he lost to 2 dudes in his prime. And that boy was crazy.
Yeah, De La Hoya got a strong resume. Yeah, he fought Trinidad, Corte. He wanted all the smoke. He ain't ducked no fights. Yeah. He fought Vargas. Yeah, he fought.
He was like a gatekeeper at one point. If you want to be a star, you had to go through him at one point.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh, Grant Gloves. It's Rob.
De La Hoya.
De La Hoya. He fought Mayweather. Yeah, De La Hoya's resume is strong, man. He fought a lot of great fighters. Mayweather, Hopkins. Yeah, he fought Pacquiao. He fought Pacquiao. He was pretty much on the back nine of his career when he fought Pacquiao. That's why that put Pacquiao on the map. Actually, that De La Hoya fight.
That's what I mean.
We need guys. Real quick.
Yeah, De La Hoya is goated.
Real quick, guys. Rob the Barbarian just sent raffle for these Grant Gloves. We're at almost third. We need about 25 to 30. We need about 25 more entries for the Grant Gloves, and we will do it. So, I mean, you guys have kind of slowed down with the entries. But let's get back to it at some point so we can get these shits out to a winner. These 1998 vintage 8-ounce Pro Fight Grant Gloves that might be the first fucking ever model released. Shits are vintage.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
want
them
to
punchers,
ask,
them
like,
punchers gloves. They are the Grants. Those are punchers gloves.
Those are, and you guys know, right? I'm sure you know this. Grant does not sell gloves anymore. That's why they're so expensive and rare. Grant, you cannot buy gloves. They have no website to buy them. They stopped. All they do is custom make them for fighters now.
and I want to ask, like, is that why, like, you think Floyd gets so much flack? Because, like, we see how Oscar ended his career. Like, is that why Floyd get a lot of backlash
For
like
what?
towards the end of his career? Like, he didn't fight the up and coming fighters and give him a shot and stuff like that.
Nah, he only did that twice. He only did that twice, really, just with the what's his MMA guy, Conor McGregor, and with Berto.
Yeah.
Like, other than that, I mean, when he fought Canelo, he earned my respect. Like, you did not have to fight the 23-year-old monster who was way bigger than you. Like, there was no need for that. That was a lose-lose for
And I
Floyd.
remember that they really thought Canelo was gonna beat him. Like people really believed that.
I mean, yeah, he's a bigger dude. You know, I
He
didn't,
was undefeated.
but it was a really risky fight. And I gave him, just like I gave Canelo props for fighting Triple G and Kovalev. Like, risky.
He did that fight because he wanted to prove that he really is the best. Because people be talking shit. They didn't think he was like that. So he took that fight to show it.
Yep, he sure did. And he fucking showed it. You know what I mean? He showed it. Yeah, man, he was nice with it. You know, Floyd is he top 5? He probably
my boy the GOAT, man. That dude,
he probably should be. He probably
nothing he
should.
can't do to me.
Yeah, he the
Yeah, he
GOAT to
definitely-
me, I think.
Say what?
He's the GOAT to me, I think.
I
He's
mean,
the greatest of all time, huh? He's better than Sugar Ray Robinson and Ali and all of them.
Yep.
It's hard to say that, but
it's
yeah.
there's an argument for it. Even I'll say that. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Floyd, but you can't,
Many
ignore.
people feel Sugar Ray Robinson is the best of all time. You can't really argue with that. So
That's the most common answer, Sugar Ray Robinson, right? Then Ali is probably the second answer.
Again, so I think Sugar Ray Robinson, he just was the best when boxing was at its peak. That's why I think they call him the GOAT.
But I think Roy was more gifted and more dominant and just a better fighter than all of them.
Those are my top two. Floyd and then Roy.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Roy lost. He did that 360, kind of like Wilder's doing, and it made people just forget about his 15 years of pure, unadulterated dominance.
Just like
But people respect Roy so much they kind of like don't even mention his losses. That's how much respect he got.
I disagree.
I mean, it
man.
comes
Whenever
up, but nobody really trips off that.
I disagree, Salas, man. Whenever I bring it up, that's all I hear. Oh, you got knocked out. Oh, Tarver. Ooh.
Well, that's because you like the way you talk about Roy, in my opinion.
I don't do anything I don't say anything that's not true. He was the greatest in his prime. What's wrong with
but
saying that?
like when you talk about a certain dude in a certain way, people don't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm not stupid. Like,
yeah, I get what he's saying. He's saying.
This is how you know that I'm not biased, Yan, because you think I'm biased with Roy, and I'm not.
No, I don't think you. I'm saying what other people think.
Well, I thought you thought, because just before somebody goes Holyfield against Roy, back in the day, I'm like, I think Holyfield will probably beat him. He's too big. Like, I'm not stupid. Roy had a chance of beating Holyfield, but I'd have to lean towards Holyfield. He had a good chin. He's just too fucking big.
I remember they were talking about
Canelo.
I remember they were talking about Roy fighting Lennox Lewis. I was like, hell no, Lewis is too big.
What'd you
I
say?
remember that.
I was gonna say, where you put Canelo. I mean, I seen Canelo. I don't have Canelo like high on my list all time, but some people think he's great. I don't know. Where do you put Canelo?
All time or right now?
He like top
like all time.
Bob, you know me. I can't do no damn all time with somebody who's still active. If he retired right now, you asking? If he retired right
now.
Shit.
He might. Me personally, he might. I say top 30, top 40. Maybe
I was going to say
yeah, definitely top 30, maybe even top 20. That man, undisputed two different weight classes.
Yeah, I would say top 20.
Yeah, undisputed at 168, and then he was undisputed at what, 160?
I mean, you guys know how I feel.
What does that really mean? I mean, undisputed. I mean, Canelo. I don't know. What's his greatest fight? What was the fight that you supposed to like? Wow, he's great.
G and Kovalev, man. That was real quick. CJ, appreciate you. Go ahead and ship me the Grant gloves and Hagler. We're gonna do the Haglers after. It has to be
the one he lost,
the one he won, and the Kovalev one.
That's a good point.
And the Kovalev one. You know what I'm saying? And like shit, who? Danny Jacobs, he beat, even though it was close. That was impressive. That was a bigger dude. You know, when he
Jacobs
stepped
was a
up,
beast too.
because let's be honest, like Canelo probably shouldn't have gone past middleweight. When he started going to 68, and even some of the middleweights just seem too big for him. He's a little guy, guys. I've been around him. He looks like he's probably naturally a 154 pounder to me.
Yeah, his body just wouldn't allow that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why everybody likes him so much, because of the way he was able to fight at bigger weight classes.
Man, I mean, Kovalev he already had lost and stuff like that, got stopped by Ward, but like he's a way, way bigger dude than Canelo. So like
way bigger. And he
him
was, you
much
guys forget what
credit
kind of the crusher. He was knocking everybody the fudge out. So you know
it was
what I mean?
honestly, to be honest, he was kind of like Better Beef before Better Beef. Like
Yes.
he was
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He had that type of power. You're right.
Yeah, and he was knocking Matt, and he was, but Kovalev would one punch knock you out. He didn't have to chop you down like Better Beef did. He would one
How
punch.
much vodka did he have before he fought Canelo Kovalev?
How much what? What'd you say?
How much vodka did he have? You know, he started having that drinking problem.
Didn't he slap the shit out of his wife or some shit?
Yeah, he said it was no mess thing against his wife, and then whooped the dog too. I think the dog. And,
The dog?
yeah, he whooped the
Yo,
slapped her, kicked the dog. Yeah.
Yo, JB, that's gangster though. Like I don't condone hitting women, but like you slap up the woman and fuck up the dog too. That's sending a message. That's some gangster shit right there. That's some shit Bob used to do back in the day before he got his shit together.
Yeah,
I think the fight that kind of like stamped Canelo on a real big level, even though he was already popping before that, was when he knocked out Amir Khan. I think when he knocked out Amir Khan, that's when his popularity really went up.
I agree.
Even though before that,
but a
he
lot
was
of
already
us were
popping.
like, no, you're right. And it was a brutal, it was a nasty, stanking knockout. But a lot of us were like, dude, smaller. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah, that people say that. Yeah,
like Khan is a welterweight probably naturally, and Canelo's probably a natural middleweight. 54 to middle maybe, let's say.
I just remember when that fight happened. I remember after that happened, his popularity just went up. Like Canelo, everywhere you look, Canelo. I just remember that.
And you get that type of knockout, your career take over. Kind of like when Tank knocked out Leo Santa Cruz. His thing. His popularity went up after that Santa Cruz knockout. That was vicious.
Guys, appreciate you.
That was during Kobe too.
We are 5 away from the goal. I would love to reach the goal. Appreciate you. Alan Day, extra crispy 2-piece with a side of barbecue sauce. Both Canelo and Floyd have a massive asterisk. Floyd's is Castillo. Canelo's is Triple G. Alan, is that what you're saying? Specify, please.
He got a couple of close fights. Laura, he got a couple of them.
I don't remember watching that one, but I remember hearing that people thought Laura beat him.
Yep. Know what I'm saying?
Would you say that?
Yeah, I thought Laura won the fight. Thought he won like 7-5. It was a lot of swing rounds and stuff, and Laura couldn't help himself because he got on his bicycle in the championship rounds and didn't really want to engage. So I think Canelo won them rounds off of just coming forward and being aggressive. But Vita kept doing what he was doing in the early part of the fight, the middle round. He'd have won that fight, but I think he kind of gave it away. Even though I think he won more rounds, he kind of gave it away at the end.
Yeah, he was slick though.
So that's 2. That's 3 losses, Canelo. Maybe 4 he should have had, right? Triple G should have beat him. Lara should have beat him.
Yeah, even Austin Trout. Austin Trout was kind of it was close.
Yeah. You thought Trout
he got
beat
the
him?
knockdown, but that's because Austin Trout, they had them open scorecard. Austin Trout knew he was down like 7-2 or something, so he had to be more aggressive and open himself up, and then Canelo dropped him. But that fight actually was close. That was a 7-5, 6-6 type of fight, really.
Truth. Damn.
Yeah, I want to make this point from earlier about Ray Robinson. I think he just was the best boxer when boxing was at its peak, and that's kind of how I look at Jordan. Like Michael Jordan,
Go ahead.
He was the best basketball player when basketball was at its peak, so they call him the greatest. Muhammad Ali too. Like,
you know what the difference is? Let me explain. Jordan was arguably the most. Well, not the most dominant, but Jordan won the most championships, right?
He was the best player, right?
He was the best player. He broke all kinds of scoring records, but Ali had the effect of, right, being a civil rights activist, being charming, talking shit. Jordan had the fucking Jordan brand. And I really believe that's a huge part of his legacy.
Absolutely.
He is all of us, old fucks like me and Bob and JB and younger guys like you, and Solidus. I think you're young too. But
even
all of
younger
us,
dudes,
we
they
all
still
know
wear
Jordans.
Jordans.
We all want to wear Jordans. We it's just part of it.
Everybody got some kind of Jordan merch.
Right. It's just, and it was like, you remember in the schoolyards when we were kids, we stuck our tongue out, Jordan, like that. That's what it was.
Damn, that's great. Like, that's crazy. Shout out to Mike, but like, yeah, that's just how I look at Ray Robinson though. Like, he was just the best when boxing was like at the peak of boxing.
Ray Robinson was the most famous, richest, most loved athlete in the world. So was Ali. So
That's
was
exactly what I mean, though. That's exactly what I mean, though.
Yeah.
I think that's why they call him the greatest.
Okay, he said Floyd, Castillo, Maidana. I chill. I don't think Maidana. Ducking Paul Williams, Sergio Messina. Damn, Allen does not
Sergio
like
Martinez. Nah. Zoo was way old. Like, he was way older.
Yeah, I don't know. Jordan had marketing machine. Yeah, Mark Jordan was no joke, and I believe, and he was. Don't forget, he was fucking. If they had internet and cell phones, camera phones like they do now, when Jordan was sitting there probably with his degenerate gambling, you know what I'm saying, the shit that he did, he might not have had such a squeaky clean image, but he did. He always said the right thing. He was well spoken, college kid. Fucking the girls liked him. He had that fucking bald, like he made having a bald head fucking sexy to girls. Like he had all that shit. He handled himself great.
That hoop earring.
Yeah, that was a little.
I know you don't watch football, but I think Tom Brady might be like the only GOAT of his sport that like just of pure dominance.
Let me tell you something. Me and Tom Brady are friends now, so you chill.
No, I'm speaking highly. I think he the only GOAT of his sport just by being.
I'm not friends with him. I only shook his hand.
Just by being good though, because
because he plays the number one position, quarterback. But I think the real GOAT, if you ask me, Jerry Rice is the GOAT. He dominated his position. Yeah, he dominated his position more than anybody. Any other player dominated their position. He was clearly better than whoever the second best wide receiver. It's a big gap between that second best wide receiver, Moss, or whatever you want to say, Irvin.
I don't watch football, guys, but I remember Joe Montana and Jerry Rice just blowing motherfuckers out.
Yeah, JR was the truth. Jerry Rice was the truth.
And that's why you can't say it's one GOAT of football, because there's just so many other positions.
Too many great players, yeah.
I mean, really, to me, the greatest player who ever lived in basketball by far, and the most dominant, and Will Chamberlain, easy. Nobody touched his numbers.
I don't know. I can't call nobody to go that I didn't see play. Me personally,
you don't have to, but nobody comes anywhere near his numbers. Now, he didn't win as much championships, and then that's what. Well, this is a team sport. Okay.
And my dad would always say, Marco, why did he lose so much if he was so great?
I don't know, but if you look at, because it's a team sport, maybe you could just say that the people around him weren't.
He would say he didn't make his team better. He said Wilt was out for himself. He wasn't trying to make his team better. He's always a Russell guy. My dad always told us Russell was better than him. Russell was the team guy. He was the glue, the defensive guy. Well, so that's why Russell beat him.
Well, there's no way that Russell could be better than him when you look at the numbers. Now, Russell might have made his team better, but better than Wilt, who nobody's averaging 60 a game.
Russell one of my favorite players came close.
What's that?
I'm just saying, for a period of time, one of my my favorite players came close to not 50, but he was averaging like 42 for like 2 months straight.
Who was that? Kobe?
Harden. No, Kobe too. But James Harden was doing that. James Harden.
But anyway,
scorer.
But anyway, it's a team sport. So I can't argue with what Bob said, because he didn't make the team better. But I don't think anybody could argue with me either, where his numbers are untouchable to this day. There's all a bunch of short white guys he played with. Okay, maybe, but that's not his fault. He played when he played. He didn't.
I said Kareem more to go to him though. Like Kareem got 6.
He was way more dominant than Kareem.
Fuck no.
What you mean? No,
Kareem.
His stats are better than Kareem, but Kareem won what?
He just
6
scored
championships or something like that. 5 MVP.
Hold on, you're young. You might not know this. Wilt was literally having games. I'm not exaggerating. Where he would have. Listen to me. He would have 70 points, 20 rebounds, 20 blocks, and 20 assists, in one game.
You know, it's crazy. I know, because basketball.
That's
No. That's
untouchable.
amazing. But like, listen, we gotta take into account the time he did it in, bro. Like when Kareem played, it was way better competition, way better by
They played
far.
in the same fucking comp. I mean, they
What?
overlapped a little bit, not the same, but they played almost in the same time.
Wait, no,
It's not like
no.
50 years later.
When
Shit was like
Kareem came in
5
the
years
game,
later.
when Kareem came in the game, Wilt was like at the tail end of his career.
He was, but they still played
And-
together.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like, come on now, Kareem 6 MVPs.
So you're telling me that
6 champions.
7-8 years made such a big
He
difference?
had the most points for like 40 years. He had the most points of all time for like 40 years.
No, I remember Kareem. He had the shot, the skyhook. Nobody could stop. You couldn't stop.
Yeah, the most unstoppable shot in basketball.
Somebody blocked
Did you
it.
see Kareem when he was with the
Manute
Bucks? Marco
Bol blocked that sky hook.
Manute Bol was a million feet tall.
Kareem, yo, Marco, you ever see Kareem with the Bucks? Because I was showing my son. Yo, Kareem was dominant.
Kareem was that boy
with the Bucks. Oh my goodness, you couldn't.
Yeah, he was no joke. He was no joke. You know, he was no joke. But you know, that is true though. That's why I love boxing, man. Team,
and that's why
not team sport.
My favorite center is kind of like he's not exactly like Kareem, but excuse me, Hakeem Olajuwon. The stuff he was like kind of like 30 points, 25 rebounds, 10 blocks, 4 steals.
The Dream one of the GOATs, yeah.
Yeah,
he got that move too, like Scott Hood had to call the Dream Shake.
Yeah, that boy.
I watched him fucking dismantle my Knicks.
He used to mess Shaq up like a young Shaq. He used to like. Tear
Oh yeah,
Shaq
that
up.
run he went on when they won the second championship, beating Shaq, Robinson.
Like, you know, you guys know Shaq's my man, but if we ever talk about it, I'll have to be honest with him and say, look, Shaq, you're the second most dominant center. I think Kareem was more. I mean, Wilt was more dominant.
Man, he'll look you right in, like, bro, come on. Shaq was just, like, he'd destroy him.
Yeah, Shaq.
I don't know if Shaq would destroy him because Wilt was his size and strong.
Oh my God, no, he was just taller than Shaq.
They weren't tall. They were the same height, I believe. I believe they're both.
No, I think Shaq.
Wilt might have been 7'2" and Shaq was 7'1".
He was like
7'1". Same shit.
But Shaq body,
Wilt ran track. My dad's problem with Wilt could have had all the records for track. The high jump, Wilt could have broke the world record. He said the hurdles. He said Wilt used to just glide over but he said Wilt never wanted the records. He never went and got them. So that's why my dad had something against Wilt. He said he easily could have had world records for track. He just never went hard enough. He ran fast enough to win. He didn't want like I'm gonna break these world records. But Wilt was a great athlete.
Yeah, you know, matter of fact,
he played volleyball too.
Guys, Wilt and Roy Jones are kind of similar. They both did things that to this day we've never seen. Yet there's hold on, let me finish. Yet there's other fighters and players who have had more belts or who have better careers,
championships,
right? Yeah, but they still have done shit that is just baffles the mind and will never be matched.
This is my thing. Like you didn't see Wilt do those things. Like you didn't see Wilt do some things, but
I saw it on.
But no, one thing I give you, Wilt, is he was a better defender than Shaq. Like he was a way better defender than Shaq. Shaq was not a defensive guy.
Well, Wilt
he could block shots, but he wasn't like Olajuwon or Bill Russell.
He was more of an offense. He got blocked since he was big.
Yeah. Like
Bill Russell over Shaq is crazy.
If Shaq could have made free throws, though, if he would have been a good free throw shooter, he'd probably be the top 5 all time.
He adding 12,000 more points to his career.
Yeah, he could. He would have had a case maybe best ever if he could have made free throws.
Yo, let's be real, man. There's no one, and I hate to agree with you, Marco. I love disputing you, but for the first 10 or 15 years of their professional career, no one was as dominant as Roy Jones, man. This dude, he didn't lose a round for like the first 10 years of his career. A round.
Why do you hate to agree with me? Damn it.
I hate to agree with you, Marco, because, you know, it's fun. It's fun to dispute with you.
Yeah, I get you. No, nobody did what Roy did. I mean, it's not even like I'm not a fan, but like it's just a fact. Anybody who knows boxing knows that nobody's ever did no shit like that. Nobody looked like that.
If it wasn't for that disqualification, he would have blew past that 50-0. Easily.
What was he when he lost to Tarver? I don't even think he was 50 yet. I don't think he would have. What was he when he fought Tarver?
Well,
whatever he was, one loss, 48-1 or whatever
But
it
you
was.
wouldn't have. But I'm
it was
saying he
it
wouldn't
was
have
a
passed.
disqualification.
Yeah, to
Yeah,
win
yeah,
it.
yeah, that was crazy. You saw what he did in the rematch. That rematch, he
Or-
destroyed him in one round.
Oh, that
Boy.
was one of the best displays of shit talking we've ever seen in our lives too. Let's
I
see.
mean,
He lost.
It was 49-1.
It was 49-1 when he lost to Tarver.
So he would have been 50-0.
50-0. Fuck, you're right, Alan. He would have been 50-0.
so I mean, the dude, and
Damn.
that's what the resume. Check this out, Marco. That's the resume with Bernard Hopkins, James Toney at 25 and 26 years old at their
Virgil Hill.
athletic prime, Virgil Hill, and fighting a heavyweight. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That dude.
Yeah, Roy. Yeah,
Mike
Roy to go.
McCallum. And now I know Mike was older, but still, Mike McCallum is a legend. He fucked
Come on,
him
man.
up, and he was taking it easy on Mike. A bunch of guys, man. But look, we can't lie to ourselves. He didn't have the best competition besides those two all-time greats. But how many fighters have two all-time greats on their record that they beat? Not many.
Yeah, it's hard to say that.
Look at Floyd.
Yeah, it's hard to say that.
No,
All-time
but I
great
can't.
Floyd
But I
beat.
can't put Floyd there because Floyd got Shane Mosley in like damn near in his 40s. He got
And De La
Manny.
Hoya.
He got De La Hoya damn near in his 40s.
Manny. No, Floyd
He
had a
got
bunch actually.
he got Manny Pacquiao after getting knocked out several times.
Okay, so let's rephrase. How many all-time greats in their prime how many guys have two all-time greats in their prime wins?
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
Crazy informant.
Yeah, but he also lost. Who else?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got the.
Marco, and that's why I can say as a Floyd fan, that's why I agree with you. Like, dude, he fought them guys. He fought all the top guys, but it's when he fought them. Like, and I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't fight them in their prime or coming off
I
a
don't agree
knockout
with
streak.
that.
Or
Like, I mean, he didn't, but he also he fought them when he fought them. It's not like
yeah, I mean,
it's
and I
not
agree
like
with
he
you.
waited strategically to get him old. He just fought everybody in his fucking face.
Yeah, but
rematch dudes he didn't have to.
Would you say Sugar?
But you can also dispute the fact that back then there was a lot of arguments about Floyd waiting fighters out. It was. I mean, it was a lot of challenges back then, man, and I'm not even hating, but it's just the reason why I put the asterisk up there because there's real asterisks on his resume. He finished his career against Conor McGregor and a retired Andre Berto.
You don't think he has okay, let me ask you this. You're right. You don't think he earned the right to do that though?
No.
Why not?
Because my favorite fighter, Sweet Pete Pernell Whitaker, he finished his career against Felix Trinidad.
And he took an L.
He took an L, but it doesn't matter. I mean, greats finish the way they start, man. They don't just pansy their way out of the sport.
He finished it against another dude where he hurt his. He got knocked out technically, but he hurt his hand or whatever.
Bud Crawford is he's probably about to finish his career against Canelo Alvarez.
See, Marco, this is what I was talking about earlier with the Oscar De La Hoya thing. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? This is exactly what I was talking about.
What?
That like Floyd get the flag for not ending his career like a Oscar De La Hoya or
I don't agree. Look, I don't agree.
I mean, I don't either.
Like I get it, but the motherfucker earned the right to do that.
You don't earn the right. You do not earn the right to pick your Super Bowl, man. If you're number one, you're fighting number one. And to be granted, I agree with, I believe it was Andre Ward or Bernard Hopkins. I think it was Ward who mentioned that you cannot fight top fighters back to back to back. I agree.
Also,
you need to.
You've had a career, a record-breaking career. You've beaten everybody. You've beaten the most world champions in history, and you're 40 years old, and you can't give the dude. You can't cut a little slack at 40. He could fight a couple.
No, because it's flawed, and I'm gonna tell you when I turned against Floyd Mayweather, right? When he retired, right? You remember the first time? I guess when he retired that first time. So he retired with the mandatory challenger of Paul Williams. He immediately come back a year and a day. He dropped the title. And he calls out Juan Manuel Marquez from 2 weight classes down, fight this guy, and still miss weight. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. And
Look,
you never fight Paul Williams. That's absolutely disgusting.
Alan, I don't like Floyd either, but I'm not going to let that blind my interpretation of how great his career was, because it was.
No, it was great, but at the same time, man, you listen. We know Bob Orm paid for that Castillo bout. You know what I'm saying? He paid for that.
I don't know.
So
maybe, but and look, Money Mayweather, Pretty Boy Floyd was one of the most exciting and dominant fighters I've ever seen.
Listen, yes, as a boxing fan, he was exciting, but don't get it twisted. Bob Orm was doing the same thing to Floyd Mayweather that he did to Bud Crawford and Shakur Stevenson, saying that the guy can't sell, he can't fill out the arena, and he's not exciting.
Well, until he turned into Money May, and he wasn't selling as much. He did it for himself. He turned his whole career around with his own marketing strategy. Genius.
Yeah, but again, we're talking boxing. We're not talking about his strategic marketing plan.
Right. Well, you just mentioned the Bob Arum thing, and I'm like, Bob Arum had a point. He wasn't selling like crazy back then.
Well, that's in response to you that he was this exciting, over-the-top fighter, which he was. If you're a boxing fan, it was beautiful.
Okay.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, that's the problem though in boxing. Very few fighters will be megastars just from their in the ring actions. Very few. Almost every fighter you could think of, except I would say maybe Mike Tyson, because even before Tyson started having all his out of the ring shit, the early Mike Tyson was just his in the ring performance just captivated people. And George Foreman, Sonny Liston, those guys maybe. But all the other guys who were super famous, it was because outside the ring that they did some shit. De La Hoya, Ali, fucking Sugar Ray Leonard.
Nah. So listen, Golden Boy entered boxing as the Golden Boy. He was a gold medalist. The moment he stepped foot in the ring, he was one of the most popular guys on the planet.
That's because he was a gold medalist and because he was a good-looking dude. He had extras. Good-looking dude, a fucking heartthrob, gold medalist.
He can box. Box.
Right. He had extras. So my point is you needed extras. And Floyd, until he became Money May, didn't have that extra. That's why I think he wasn't a superstar. Then when he gave himself that extra, even though he slowed down and stopped knocking people out, he still was able to fucking clean up because he was so smart with he played the heel. He played the WWE heel.
Well, in fairness to the knockout, man, as you elevate in competition, your knockouts diminish. Despite his hands, the guy was going to stop knocking guys out.
Let me read this real quick. CJ, appreciate you for the extra. No, this is an original recipe 5-piece. Yummy. With some hot sauce. No one has earned the right to go out soft. Looks like he's defending you, Alan. Unless you admit you just love the sport and want to stay active, but not at your peak anymore. Peak? You think 40-year-old Floyd was his fucking peak? That wasn't his peak. He was fighting still, but 40 can't be his peak.
I kind of agree with CJ. I think Floyd was always the best. Like when he was an active fighter, he was always like the best in his weight class, and even at 40.
Yeah, he was, but still.
Peak, you can't say that. You cannot say he was the best because he was not fighting the best. He was leaving mandatories on the table. You had
think, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Who would have beat him?
I think Keith Thurman would have beat him.
Oh, goodness gracious.
This nigga. Oh, man.
I think Keith Thurman.
This dude is
listen. So
definitely
Keith Thurman, the Keith Thurman that beat Danny Garcia. This guy. Listen,
Danny Garcia.
Listen. It's laugh. It's funny, right? It's funny. But Keith Thurman was the man when he was the man. And there's a reason why Floyd Mayweather decided to fight Conor McGregor and Andre Berto instead of those guys who were there.
Because it was the money.
The reason is he had a long career and he figured, let me
no
go out,
money.
make a lot of money, let me do something nobody's ever done. Let me cross over to MMA.
No money.
That was
genius.
Was
no money against Andre Berto. Andre Berto was a retired.
No, you're right. That was a fight that he wanted to not fucking push himself because he's done it his whole career.
And I think he was taking easier fights to get the 50-0 thing. He was doing that.
The thing about Floyd.
You give credit to the fact that he was, because people argue his greatness based on that 50-0 mark when in reality He took the easy road to 50-0.
Nah, no, he didn't. Alan,
Easy.
No, that's not true.
There's three
Yes,
fights
Dude,
at the end of his career that were easy, right? Robert Guerrero, the Ghost Guerrero, Conor McGregor,
Yep.
and Berto. 3
That's
fights
it.
out of 50. How can you shit on him for 3 fights out of 50?
Yeah, exactly.
And I want to make a point.
Wait a minute.
Let me make a point real quick.
No disrespect, but no disrespect to my brown brothers out there, but there's a reason he did a run with only Mexican guys. Stylistically, he was fighting these guys for a reason because they were flat-footed fighters who couldn't move.
He was beating black fighters too.
Was Sugar Shane Mosley stone-footed, flat-footed, who couldn't move?
Sugar Shane Mosley was 38, 39 years old.
What about Zab Judah? What about that?
No, they're not. They're not the same.
No, almost.
age.
I said almost.
But listen, Shane Mosley.
What about Zab Judah?
Dude,
Zab
Shane
Judah's
Mosley.
flat-footed?
Well, Shane Mosley went through a gauntlet too, because you got to remember, guys don't age outside of the ring; they age in the
Diego
ring.
Corrales is flat-footed.
And kind of
Diego, listen, God rest Diego Corrales' soul, but
Hey, it's like this.
he was a C fighter.
Can I say about this Zab thing real quick?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was
He
just about
was
to
a
say
B-C fighter, man.
Zab
Corrales
was coming
was
off
a
a loss,
B-C fighter, bro. Let's be real. He was
But
a
no, I just
B-C
want
fighter.
let me make this
And
point real quick.
respect, because Corrales was excited as hell. He kept his chin up. He was always in wars. You know what I mean? He was doing that cool stuff against Castillo. You know, he probably should have lost that bout. You know,
Gamba
but
Mitchell, Chop Corley, like there's a lot of
John Bay
black
Mitchell.
fighters.
Oh man,
John
come
Bay
on, bro. Let me
Mitchell?
make this
No,
point
you
real
said
quick.
no black fighters. That's a black fighter. That was not flat-footed.
But I'm saying is he made a run of the Baltimores and all these types of
He was
guys.
coming off beating
Daniel
Zab.
Augustus is the exact opposite of a Mexican
Well, that's pretty
flat-footed
boy.
fighter.
That's pretty boy Floyd. Yes, you give credit to that because the drunken master. He was. I mean, no one says he was great. He was awkward. You know what I mean? He was awkward and pretty cool to watch. But we can't sit here and say yes, he was great. We can't say Maidana was great. Cool, action-packed fighter. Yeah, but
Odo was
he
great.
got his head. But he got his head knocked off by Devin
Zab was
Alexander.
great.
And
Those were all
great.
tough fights.
Odo
You didn't
was
just walk through those
Can I make
guys.
this point
Great.
real quick?
A lot of great.
Okay, so let's take all the champions Floyd beat. Let's forget the 50-0. Let's forget all the fights he didn't necessarily have to fight. Let's just look at all the champions and all the former champions that he beat. That's still a Hall of Fame resume without the 50-0.
There and say,
No,
they were all
there's
old.
no dispute of that.
He's going to say they were all
There's no
old.
dispute. Yes, Floyd Mayweather is a Hall of Famer. Yeah, no one disputing that. No one disputing that he's great. But I'm not gonna argue his case of being a GOAT. Okay, he is a GOAT, but I'm not gonna argue the fact that he is the GOAT. I believe there's. I mean, you can argue.
You don't put
can
him
argue
top
the
10?
fact that. No, I don't think I put him.
What do you
top
put
10.
him? Top what?
I'm gonna put him in my top 25 for sure. But you can argue the top 25 could be GOATs. I mean, it's been like 100,000 boxers, bro. I mean,
When Floyd was in,
I can't put him in
I'm
my top.
gonna say this real quick. You
put him in
can't
my
name
top
25 niggas better than Floyd, bro. You
10. I
can't.
most certainly
No, you
can.
can't. Okay, let's start.
I'm not about to sit here and play that game.
Exactly.
But I can.
I don't think you can
Come on,
name.
bro.
I don't think you can name 10 that
Exactly.
are that are
You
better
probably
than
couldn't
him
even get to
without a
10.
serious argument. Without a serious like.
But that's different though. But I can argue 5 undeniable fighters that was better than him.
Who?
Muhammad Ali.
Disagree.
Roy Jones.
Agree with that one.
Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Robinson.
Agree with that one. Agree with that
Marvin Hagler. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's 5.
But I don't agree with Ali. Ali was not a better fighter in the ring than Floyd.
But you have that Muhammad Ali.
Ali got locked up in his prime numerous times. Floyd never did.
But Muhammad Ali fought gauntlets. He fought through gauntlets. It wasn't no old.
You don't think
rundown
Corrales
guys
and Zab and all these guys were fucking hard challenges? What you mean?
Yes, they were hard challenges, but they're not comparable to no Joe Frazier.
Joe Frazier ended up losing quite a bit of fights after he beat Ali.
But we're talking about great.
What is going on, bro?
I can't, like I'm saying, I can't argue who he fought when we had the golden era, bro.
And you can argue, and look, I think Hagler's I put Hagler in front of Floyd. But you can argue that Floyd was better than Hagler. You can argue it.
I can't.
The era that Floyd fought in, who's better than Floyd? Name five fighters. The era that Floyd fought in, not of all time. Who's better than Floyd?
Nobody.
Exactly. Nobody.
Well, we can't put
That's
Roy.
one guy.
I mean,
That's it. One guy.
You can argue Bernard Hopkins.
Because you named a bunch of Hall of Famers and OGs, but that fought in Floyd Mayweather's era.
You can argue Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah,
you can definitely argue Roy.
Nah, I wouldn't say he's better than Roy.
Better than Floyd?
No.
In terms of career, yeah,
What?
you can argue.
Bernard Hopkins had 2 losses in his prime.
But let's be real. How many losses does Floyd Mayweather should have, and how many asterisks should he have?
Castillo.
0.
I think 0.
I think Castillo and Maidana won. Because my thing is,
I don't.
If Floyd Mayweather's name was Maidana,
yeah, he's trolling us. He's trolling us.
If Floyd Mayweather's name was Maidana, he would have won that fight.
Nah.
What?
I don't know.
If his name was if Floyd Mayweather fought the Maidana fight, if the names were switched and Maidana Floyd won, if the names were switched.
I don't. What's he mean?
Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather had the name, he had the brand, he had Richard Schaefer, he had so much in his corner. It was no way that you can give him that dub. I believe that Lamont Roach beat Tank.
It was close. You could argue that's an argument for that.
I believe the gap between Roach and Tank was more clear than Floyd Mayweather beating Maidana.
Yo, Alan, take a bow. You have officially grabbed the ladle from Potster and Jay, and you're Potster and Allen. Good shit.
I don't want to be. Listen.
Alan's stirring the fuck out this pot.
Dude said Maidana.
But can I ask you a question? Ask by a question, though. Can a guy have been greater than Floyd for like 3-4 years? I mean, we talking about career, but
possibly.
If we talking about guys, have we seen guys greater than Floyd Mayweather who fought? Yes.
Yeah, I think Oscar. You
got
not
his whole career. Yeah. But there's guys who were better than Floyd Mayweather. Maybe they didn't do it for a whole career, but they were better than Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, but those guys,
and that's why we give Floyd credit because he did it for 27, 28 years.
But when you do it against everybody, Bob, that puts you a level above because now you can't say, well, this guy was great, but then when he stepped up against so-and-so, he wasn't. Floyd, it's like,
you can't argue about everybody. You also got to point out the fact that it was some perfectly crafted matchmaking during his career. Can you admit to that?
Haterade. Nope.
Okay, Marco. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. You know, it's some really good matchmaking going on.
No, I'm disagreeing with you.
When Floyd was in the twilight years of his career, the boxing public only wanted to see him fight Pacquiao. Nobody wanted to see him fight Thurman or the other guys he was naming. Nobody gave a fuck about Thurman at that time. They wanted him to fight Pacquiao and get out. Nobody wanted him to fight Thurman. Nobody.
But if
you go back 10 years, you remember hearing that. Nobody wanted to fight Pacquiao. Nobody cared about Thurman and Mayweather.
Let me tell you the fighters that people wanted to see around that time. It was the Amir Khan talk. It was the Amir Khan talk.
Nobody wanted to see that.
Yes, it was talks then. It was the Costa Zoo. It was the Costa Zoo. It was the Paul.
Costa Zoo was
when he was in the twilight years of his career.
No.
They wanted him to fight Pacquiao. That's it.
The prime. I'm talking about the prime. But in the twilight, there was definitely talks about Amir Khan.
It was Pacquiao.
Floyd
Mayweather. Yeah, I do remember the Amir Khan, bro. He was. Come on, bro.
Oh, mind you, like, but there's Paul Williams was at middleweight. For like they weren't even the same.
He was it was in like 2007.
And then there was talks about Corey Spinks versus Floyd Mayweather when Corey became undisputed.
Yeah, but Zab beat him and then he fought Zab instead.
It wasn't. No.
Just
it
like
wasn't right
Margarito.
after that. It wasn't right after that.
It wasn't. People like you probably say Margarito, Doctor. Yeah, well, he fought fucking Shane Mosley after he beat Margarito.
I never believe in Margarito like
Maybe
that.
you don't, but I hear that one all the time. And it's like, yeah, well, he fought fucking Mosley because Mosley beat, just like he fought Zab because Zab beat, Spinks. He fought the winners. He fought the guys who were at top. And he beat them, all of them. Except
he even fought
Hey,
Well,
so
let me say real quick.
Marcos, Google this, and I can argue this point. Corey, I grew up with Corey. He was my
The
next door neighbor
scene.
growing up my entire life.
St.
But
Louis.
yeah, absolutely, 100%. I live in LA, but I'm from St. Louis. The contract between Floyd Mayweather and Corey Spinks was signed
I
while
believe it.
Corey was undisputed, and something randomly happened.
Well, it could have happened if he didn't lose to Zab. It probably would have fucking happened.
No. It had nothing to do with that.
No, I'm
It had
saying it
nothing
could
to
have
do with that.
happened later on. Whatever happened, they could have revisited that, but he lost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit
Yeah,
happens in
I
boxing.
think.
It's not,
Marco, you see what he said? He said Floyd versus Nassim Hamed was discussed before Barrera
But
got to
I
Floyd.
heard that as
who
featherweight. Yeah,
said I'm
but
in? I
that
didn't
was
say that.
early in Floyd's career
Yeah,
because
like
I
come
mean,
he
on.
stayed at featherweight for
so
like 7 days. You know what I mean?
okay. So here's the thing. Okay, yeah. So he beat Zab, but he also after Zab beat. I don't even know. I can't put the timetable there because I can't. I can't
Well,
confirm that.
Zab lost to Baldemir, and Floyd
And
still fought
Floyd
Zab,
fought
and
both
then
of
fought
them.
Baldemir
Yeah.
too.
So an argument can be said that Zab Judah kind of lost a little bit in the ring.
Yeah. But come on now. He beat the dude and cause he
Yeah,
fought
an argument can be said. You know what I mean? Because Zab did lose to Costa Zoo way
no, yeah,
before
he
the
had
Floyd
Zab had
Yeah,
Mayweather
lost
like
twice.
discussion,
fucking
Zab had
7
lost
years
twice.
earlier.
and Manny Pacquiao had just got knocked out by Marquez.
Yeah,
Although
but he
Marquez was
also
probably
fought
juiced up.
guys like Canelo and Corrales who were dangerous in their primes. Like it goes both ways.
I want to say the Zab thing too, like because he was getting flack because
Yeah, you
Zab
could say
was
Ricky Hatton too.
Zab was
Hatton,
coming
yeah,
off.
Come on now,
yeah.
don't do the Ricky Hatton.
Zab was
No,
coming off
Hatton
2
was
losses.
undefeated at the time with a lot of knockouts.
What was it? What was it at his first fight in the U.S.?
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
know, but he was a
No,
dangerous
he
fighter
fought
on
in the
paper.
UK.
oh man,
He fought
Ricky
Ricky Hatton
Hatton
in
was
the UK.
pumped up, man. He was so pumped up.
40-0 with a bunch of knockouts. You can't
Y'all
He
sneeze
was
remember
at
so
that?
that.
pumped up,
Absolutely,
man. He was so
You
pumped
cannot
up.
sneeze at that.
absolutely.
Yes, I'm definitely sneezing there. Ricky
He
Hatton
fought
was
him in
pumped
the
up,
UK
man.
though. That was the attraction.
He was so
Yeah,
pumped up.
yeah. And he fucking
But
slept.
yeah, I want to say the Zab thing too. Like Zab, he got because Floyd got flack for fighting Zab because he was coming off 2 losses, but he
We didn't
went
want
to
to
go
see
fight.
Valdemir versus Zab.
That's what I'm
Floyd.
saying. He ended up fighting him anyway.
Yeah, he did anyway. But yeah, we don't want to see that because Zab, Zab. We knew that Zab had the affinity, and I don't think it was the Baldemir fight because if Zab had the affinity over all his years, where sometimes he just would just not show up or he would lose.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So we
Zab,
knew that against Floyd he would show up, and he did. He was whooping Floyd's ass for the
yeah.
first 4 or 5 rounds.
But it was always mental, It was. I wouldn't say it was a conditioning. I thought he was always in good condition. But Zab had it was a mental aspect of his game where he can simply just fall off the planet, but in between fights. It was a weird thing with him.
You're right.
He kind of had that Riddick Bowe or
Conditioning is
something. You know what I
mental.
mean? Riddick Bowe
Yeah.
was like that. Riddick
No,
Bowe.
conditioning is mental. You're right. You're right.
Riddick Bowe could be an all-time great talent, and all of a sudden he fall off the face of the
That
earth.
motherfucker was he as soon as he won the heavyweight title, he just stopped giving a fuck, put on weight, was fucking started wiling out, joined the army. Like he peaked, unfortunately he achieved the goal and then that was it. There was nothing left. He didn't care to keep going.
I have 2 problems with
So in that point, and I'll leave you with this. I'm gonna stay on, but I'll leave you with this. I will give Floyd Mayweather this credit. He was always in great condition. He was always like mentally and physically. He
Unless
was always in great condition.
except when he sparred Spadafora. He got fucked up. When he sparred Spadafora, when in that famous sparring that Spadafora gave him an ass whooping. Other than that, I've never seen him.
I don't care about the sparring stories.
Nah,
man,
you have to.
man,
It's the only time we've seen Floyd beat up for a whole thing that badly and be tired. So it's even though it's sparring and there's reasons behind it, it's still something. If you're a boxing fan, you should watch it. I have a breakdown on it.
Well, he was fresh out of retirement, wasn't it?
Or something. He was fresh out of something. Yeah, I was clearly tired. But I'm just saying, if you ever want to see Floyd get beat up and get tired, that's the only time you'll see it.
That's crazy.
Or you can
I don't know about everybody else. My problem
Castillo.
with Floyd Mayweather is he didn't fight Pacquiao when he should have.
That's everybody's
and
problem, Bob.
McGregor.
But you know what, Bob? I think he would have beat Pacquiao worse.
He
Yeah.
would
that,
have killed Pacquiao. Pacquiao
that
had
was
no chance
before
of
he
beating him.
hurt his hand, Floyd. I think he would have fucked Pacquiao.
But I hold that against
Nah, no,
Floyd.
that's
Floyd
not
should have
true.
fought him.
That's not true.
I thought he would.
Pacquiao had
What's
no
not
chance
true?
of beating Floyd. No chance.
Nah,
And
never
I
did.
wish he had proved it. If he had proved that, I'd be like, Floyd's the greatest fighter
I
of
mean,
all
he already
time.
proved it, Bob.
See, my thing is, y'all say
Pacquiao was
Pacquiao.
diminished. That fight was terrible.
A lot of people
Pacquiao
say,
was really diminished.
listen. I think a lot of people say Pacquiao, but my one with Floyd is the Cotto one. Like he fought Cotto at a good time, but I think if he would have fought Cotto after Marquez in like 2010 when he fought Shane Mosley, that's when he should have fought Cotto because Cotto was coming off. He was, I think, a 3 knockout streak, and he was, you know what I'm saying. But that's my only one.
Some people, and I'm gonna get off after this because it's late, guys. But Emmanuel Stewart said that the one person he thought that would have beat Floyd, the only person, take a guess. The dude ended up dying early.
Brian Forrest.
Yep, that's the only person he thought could have been
Nah.
because of the stylistic matchup, the size and the power.
Yeah.
That's what he thought. I don't know. I'm not saying I agree.
All right, so what do you think? I'm gonna put this one on you. 135 Shane versus 135 Floyd.
I don't. Based on what we saw, you have to give Shane a great shot. Based on what we saw.
I just want to ask a quick question. Why when I said that yesterday, you was playing the "Do you smoke crack? Don't you sound?" And like, what? Like, come on, man. I said that yesterday. I said when Floyd was at them lower weight classes, he was more susceptible to losing. And my example was Shane Mosley at 135.
You smoke crack, don't you?
We thought he lost to Castillo.
Nah, because I think the way you put it was like, I don't remember.
Yeah. And you know it's crazy. I rewatched that and everything I said. Y'all thought I was trying to say Floyd was garbage at defense at one. No, I said at 147 he was more defensively sound. At 135 he took more chances, which means he's
here's the thing.
Easier to beat.
I don't agree that he's easier to beat because when he's slamming his foot on the gas offensively, that, in my opinion, offense is the best defense, makes him harder to beat because he's fucking hitting you with hailstorms nonstop.
Well, and I honestly think y'all
because he's so much more of a vicious offensive fighter. That's why I said that. It was harder to beat.
And I think you say that too because you don't like Floyd later in his career. You openly stated that.
You're right. I don't like him, but I know he was hard to beat. I know he was smarter.
Well, you stated plenty of times you don't like quote unquote born fighters or defensive
I don't
fighters.
like that. But I'm still not gonna let that bias my like.
Well, I disagree with that.
Easier to beat earlier. I don't think he was easier to beat when he was younger. I don't agree with that.
I just think I don't know.
Because you have to incorporate what I said. His offensive prowess, his offensive tenacity.
That leaves you open to get hit though. Like Shane Mosley.
When have you ever seen Floyd Young Money May get fucking slapped up?
Come on now, man.
He didn't.
Top rocked him.
Matter of fact, it's more likely for him to get hit when he was older, laying on the ropes, fucking rolling. Because instead of laying on the ropes rolling, when he was younger, he was fucking half of that time was spent popping off like Oliver Redenbacher as opposed to laying on the ropes rolling.
So you think he'd sit there and trade with Shane Mosley? Prime Shane Mosley?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah. He would slip and dip, and I don't know if he would win. But
that's what I'm saying. Floyd, my guy, but I just see like, I think this is what's his name? I think not Pretty Boy. Money Mayweather is just when he go towards the older, like 147, he's more unbeatable. I mean, less. You know what I'm saying?
All right, guys, I'm gonna go. This was dope, though. I like seeing it. And Yayan, I like that you jumped into the old school, but I guess Floyd's not old school, so
no, Ben.
I appreciate you guys. Though I'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right.
All right, peace out. Yeah.
All right, guys.